Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Resurrection, It's Really Toxic to My System. Chapter 71. After exiting the system, Mr. Lin continued to jump on the body of the alien beast king and squat there. He discovered another characteristic of hilling blueberries, that is, eating one actually has a refreshing effect. So he planned to stay up tonight and use the body of this beast king as bait to catch those elite beasts. Take the opportunity to buy a batch of equipment. After all, the store will open at noon tomorrow. How can you make the store famous without special weapons to sell? Then, The next morning. Ouch! Mo Shungan was awakened by the cry of a strange beast. I looked at the time and found that it was already 6 o'clock in the morning. Unexpectedly, Lin Jun didn't sleep all night. I got up and took a quick shower. Then he woke up the other two people. The superiors said that reinforcements would arrive at about 6:30. The three of them jumped on the body of the alien beast king and came to the other side. When I saw the scene in front of me, I was stunned. This, abnormal. What he saw before him was filled with corpses of strange beasts, probably no less than 100. Hey, good morning. Lin Jun wiped the lightsaber in his hand and then put the scabbard away. The three of them were immediately attracted by Lin Jun's lightsaber. Without even looking at the body, he came directly to Mr. Lin and wanted to take a look. Helpless, Mr. Lin had no choice but to give it to them. All three of them praised the sword. Lin Jun told them that his new store opened at noon and also sold lightsabers like this. The three people immediately expressed their determination to be there. At this time, the sound of propellers suddenly came from the sky. Looking up, I saw 5 or 6 helicopters flying here. Fortunately, this forest has been trampled by the Bull Demon King to create a lot of flat land, otherwise we really wouldn't be able to stop so many planes. Wait until the helicopters land. Mo Shungan, along with Lin Jun and the others, went up to greet them. On a helicopter, an old man with white hair in a Chinese tunic suit and 2 middle-aged men in military uniforms got off. Reporting to the leader, captain of the 95th Reconnaissance Brigade of the Military Aircraft Bureau, Mo Shungan. Feng Wei and the other two immediately saluted. Seeing that the three people all saluted, Mr. Lin had no choice but to follow suit. But now the old man in Chinese tunic and the 2 middle-aged men in military uniform were all looking at the huge corpse on that side. He just waved to them and walked over. This is undoubtedly a level 6 crack beast king. Yes, and it's a relatively strong one. It can be said that everyone who got off the helicopter had their eyes on the alien beast king. After a while, a soldier came back from inspection. The look was a little horrified, and his eyes couldn't help but roll around on Jun Lin and the others. Report to the chief, the crystal core has been dug. And, say it, yes, there are no less than 150 corpses of level 3 to 5 elite beasts over there. What? The three leaders were immediately shocked and ran over in a hurry. Sure enough, when everyone came to the other side, what they saw were the corpses of various strange beasts, all of which were between level 3 and level 5. Captain Mo, you are doing well. Only then did the old man in Chinese tunic look towards Mo Shungan and the others, his face full of admiration. Mo Shungan was about to explain that these strange beasts were not killed by them. A middle-aged man in military uniform said at this time, Captain Mo, didn't you know that you dug up the crystal core of the Beast King? As soon as this person made a sound, old man Zhongshan was obviously unhappy. General Li, what do you mean? I just want to remind you that all the income earned by soldiers during their mission time is turned over. Fart, even if it is turned over, it will be turned over to our frontline military region. I didn't even say anything to my subordinates. What's the matter with you? Mr. Yi, I'm afraid you have forgotten that this mission belongs to our Magic City military region. Captain Mo's 95th Brigade has also been temporarily included in our military region, so this crystal core should belong to our Magic City military region. Lin Jun was dumbfounded for a moment. Is this a quarrel? And this general surnamed Li, he couldn't be from the Li family in the Demon City, right? Mr. Yi was so angry that General Li was so angry that he had nothing to say. He had no choice but to remain silent. Captain Mo, bring out the crystal core and show it to me. I happen to be a little curious about how powerful this beast king is. Mo Shungan was a little speechless. Well, that General Li, this Beast King, I said when I reported it, we didn't kill him. Mo Shungan later traced himself here, how he was caught, and then rescued by Lin Jun. The process of Lin Jun killing the alien Beast King was all told. Everyone, including the 3 generals, was stunned for a moment. They all looked at Mr. Lin as if they had seen a ghost. By the way, there are also these strange beasts. He killed them all. In order to protect the body of the Beast King, Mr. Lin guarded it all night. How is that possible? He's just a freshman, General Li questioned with disbelief. The others, whether they were soldiers or old men in Chinese tunic suits, were extremely shocked. Seeing that her temporary boss didn't believe him, Mo Shungan had no choice but to turn on the video on her phone. The 3 generals immediately came over to watch. The 3 of them were even more shocked this time when they saw that this young man was actually a summoning type, and a different kind of summoning type. The old man in Chinese tunic suit was shocked, but there was some joy in his eyes. It wasn't that he was greedy for the alien beast crystal core, he just couldn't stand General Li's greedy character. Haha, little brother, you are indeed a talented person. What do you think? Are you interested in joining our frontline military region? Jun Lin was not disgusted with this white-haired old man. Just scratched his head and smiled. And that General Li's face suddenly became extremely gloomy after he learned that the 6th level Beast King crystal core had been destroyed. But I quickly thought of the stakes. Came over immediately. Lin Jun, right, I think you are just a vocational college student. Join me in the Magic City military region. I can get you into Magic University. As soon as he mentioned the Demon University, Lin Jun couldn't help but curl his lips. Thank you, Chief. I think vocational university is pretty good. It was just a disguised rejection. General Li's face immediately became extremely ugly again. Ahem, that's okay. By the way, I wonder if my little brother can sell this crystal core. Lin Jun shook his head. He planned to give this crystal core to Liu Beiling. Because Liu Beiling is of the fire attribute, and this crystal core is of the fire and earth attribute, if Liu Beiling is lucky, there is no guarantee that he will get a talent skill. Even if you don't acquire any natural skills, your strength can definitely be improved a lot. Although he usually doesn't show his feelings, he has decided that she is his woman in his heart. Others have been tortured over and over again in their rebirths, but I am reborn with a childhood sweetheart. Where can I find such a good thing? Snort. Seeing that Mr. Lin was refusing to give in, General Li immediately threw away his hand and left. Haha, little brother, it's interesting. Seeing General Li deflated, the old man in Chinese tunic uniform was extremely happy. Jun Lin, this is the commander-in-chief of our frontline military region. Commander Yi, this is Lin Jun, a freshman from vocational college. He has agreed to join our 95th Brigade. What? Commander Yi exclaimed, then laughed heartily. Xiaomo, you girl actually knows how to strike first. That's good, that's good. Well, it turns out he is the future boss, do I have to try to look familiar? Hello, Chief. In the end, Mr. Lin still followed the routine of wanting to get along well and flattering and filming well. Haha, you're not bad, kid. Another general looked at Commander Yi with envy. He actually accepted such a pervert. That's right, he is a pervert. Although none of the 3 generals said it, they all knew how perverted Mr. Lin's summoning system was. It can be seen that the more Commander Yi looks at Mr. Lin now, the more pleasing he is to his eyes. Finally, he promised that as soon as Lin Jun graduated, a lieutenant company commander would not run away. Hey, sure enough, as long as the flattery is done well, there will be official positions and strange beasts. There was no need for him to finish the work. After summoning a few stalkers, he buzzed back to the city. Such a coquettish operation made several generals dumbfounded for a while. When we returned to the Magic City, it was already past 9 o'clock. As soon as I arrived at the door of the store, I saw red cloth and flowers ready. Liu Beiling and Liu Xiaoluo were playing with the red carpet at the door. However, Liu Beiling was rolling out the red carpet, and Liu Xiaoluo deliberately stood on it and was dragged away by Liu Beiling, giggling all the time. Liu Beiling didn't even bother to scold her, he just thought she was transparent. Brother, it's my brother who got fat. Liu Xiaoluo was the first to see Jun Lin and immediately ran over. Jun Lin. Facing Liu Xiaoluo's brutal collision, Lin Jun moved away and walked towards Liu Beiling. Lu Xiaoluo ate the mud like a dog and fell so hard that she screamed miserably. Ooh, yes, Lin Jun did it on purpose, and it was definitely not because of Lu Bailing wearing a slit cheongsam today. Ah, I don't like my brother anymore, huh? He cried while trying to stand up with carp blows. His short legs fluttered a few times, but he didn't learn the essence, so he had to stick out his butt and slowly get up. The tears and snot on his face were mixed with dirt, making him look like a cat with a painted face. He held his tongue and ignored Lin Jun. He wanted to go into the store and seek comfort from his father and mother. Xiao Luo is angry. HMPH carrot. Haha, what do you think this is? Lin Jun took out some red fruits. This was a wild fruit he bought at the stalls at the south gate. He didn't know whether it was sweet or bitter, but it looked quite delicate anyway. Lu Xiaoluo turned around after hearing this and saw the beautiful fruit in Lin Jun's hand. He immediately changed his face and stopped crying, wiped his nose with his little hand, and ran over. With a flattering look on his face, he said, "Hey, brother, I'm with you." Omega. Bah, it's worthless, Lin Jun and Lu Bailing said in unison, with contempt on their faces. As soon as Lu Xiaoluo entered, Lu Bailing suddenly came to Lin Jun and asked sourly, "Lin Jun, tell me honestly, was Lu Wanshu's staff a gift from you?" Ah, Lin Jun was confused. When did I give her the staff? HMPH, it's the staff in her hand that can summon a flower demon, and she said it wasn't from you. Who else in this magical city has such a spiritual weapon besides you? No way. It turns out that she bought the wood spirit staff in the store. No wonder, Lin Jun said, how could she get 8th place with a rookie like her? It turns out that the equipment has been changed. I don't care, I still want a staff that can summon strange beasts. Well, this really does exist. I spent the whole night painting last night. I have several of each attribute including ice, fire, and water. I was thinking of using them for advertising today. Okay, I'll give you one tonight. Really, real. That's pretty much it. Okay, go take a shower quickly, your whole body smells like blood. Good. After taking a shower, Lin Jun put on a formal suit and was about to go out when his cell phone rang suddenly. When I took it out and looked at it, I found that it was the information of 600 million credited to the bank card. Just when he was surprised, another message arrived. Click to take a look. It turned out to be from Yuan Mingyan. Only then did Lin Jun know the source of the 600 million. This was the reward for discovering the crack in the alien world last time. I remember that I reported it in the name of Professor Hu. Judging from the situation, it is undoubtedly rated as a 5-star. After giving Yuan Mingyan a receipt, I told Yuan Mingyan in the name of Master Lu that my student myself would open a new store today, and all the products would be 30% off. If you are interested, come and take a look. Yuan Mingyan immediately replied and said she would come. When I went out to the store, I saw various weapons placed on various display stands. And the most eye-catching ones are the lightsaber and the newly launched gloves. That's right, it's boxing gloves. Of course, they're just standard boxing gloves from competitive stores. Then Lin Jun made a position and placed some staffs with summoning skills. At this time, Uncle Mo walked up to Lin Jun with worry on his face. Xiaojun, should we hire some security? After all, we have so many valuable spiritual weapons in our store. Hearing what Uncle Mo said, it reminded Lin Jun. As long as you spread your fame, these weapons will definitely become mainstream. At that time, some people will definitely be coveted. Uncle Mo and Aunt May are just ordinary people. If they encounter a bad person, they don't even have the ability to fight back. So the question is, who should be the best security guard? Suddenly, Lin Jun thought of Yuan Mingyan's mercenary group and wondered whether they would accept the security mission. At noon, Lin Jun opened on time. Unfortunately, although there were many hunting groups and mercenaries passing by, none came in to take a look. After all, if people really want to buy weapons, they will buy them from time-honored stores. Mr. Lin is not in a hurry, he is not afraid of selling good things. Not long after, Lu Bailing's 2 female classmates from yesterday came. Hi, handsome guy, we meet again. The playful girl named Feng Wanwan came up and said hello to Jun Lin. The other one just nodded, still looking cold. From Lu Bailing's mouth, it turned out that these 2 people came here for the summoning staff. Bailing, take your classmates to have a look. If you like it, I'll give you a 30% discount. It costs 20 million per handle, and it costs 14 million at a 30% discount. These two women don't look like they are short of money. Originally, the third level Zawu was planned to sell for 10 million, but seeing how popular the staff with summoning skills was, Mr. Lin had no choice but to increase the price. After a while, Yuan Mingyan and 4 others also came. But as soon as she arrived, she looked around as if she was looking for someone. After looking around but not seeing Master Lu Xiaoluo, he walked to Jun Lin. Boss Lin, is your teacher not here? Lin Jun. That's right, my teacher has something to do and is out of town. He won't be here today. Lin Jun lied casually and glanced at the store out of the corner of his eye. He didn't see Lu Xiaoluo appear and felt slightly relieved. Oh, Yuan Mingyan looked slightly disappointed. Lin Jun immediately interrupted. By the way, Commander Yuan, I wonder if you can accept the security mission. Security mission. Afterwards, Lin Jun told her that he wanted to hire some security guards to guard the store. Lin Jun thought she would think about it, but Yuan Mingyan readily agreed without even thinking about it. I don't know what I have in mind. Seeing that she was so cheerful, Mr. Lin was also generous. He directly contracted her mercenary group with 3 million a month. Normally, he only needed to arrange for 2 people to visit the store. If something happened, the whole group would have to come. After the negotiation was completed, several people were attracted by the lightsaber on the display stand. Haha, Brother Lin, you opened this store, right? At this time, a hearty laughter came from the door. Lin Jun followed the sound and found that it was Commander Yi and Mo Shungan. Aha, Commander Yi, why are you here too? Lin Jun stepped forward to greet him. I heard Mo Yetu say that you have a special weapon. Before Mr. Yi finished speaking, he glanced at the display cabinets in the store and was immediately attracted by the flashing weapons. Especially when he saw the lightsaber on the display cabinet that was surrounded by many people. Because the lightsaber glows, the blade looks like a giant sword from 2 meters away. Commander Yi immediately walked over and gathered around the display cabinet with others to watch. Okay, good sword. The blade is as thin as a cicada's wings, looks tough and sharp. Because he was separated by a glass cover, Commander Yi felt anxious. Looking at the illustration on the side. Competitive lightsaber. Grade. Level 3, top grade. Introduction. It is suitable for those with melee abilities. It has the advantages of lightweight, fast attack speed, sharpness, quick gathering of spiritual energy, etc. It has a special attack effect on cracked beasts. Seeing the introduction of the illustrated book, Mr. Yi wanted to take a look even more. He quickly looked at Mr. Lin with a very anxious expression. Brother Lin, can you take it out and show it to me? Oh, that's okay. Lin Jun took away the glass cover, then took out the lightsaber in front of everyone and put it into Commander Yi's hand. The latter hurriedly took it and groped for it like a peerless jade. It's so sharp and strong. It's comparable to a 5th level spiritual weapon. Commander Yi's words were more convincing than those of Lin Jun. Lin Jun was probably only better than level 4. Unexpectedly, Commander Yi would directly say that this was on par with the 5th level Lingwu. Yuan Mingyan on the side felt a little itchy when she heard this, and suddenly felt that her dagger no longer smelled good. But when I looked at the price, I suddenly felt that my dagger could still be used for a while. In the end, Commander Yi paid for one. Although this lightsaber was not as good as the one he used himself, it was still good to buy one to show off. Mo Shungan and the others also bought one each. They originally came here for the sword. Commander Yi handed Lin Jun's ID to him and left. Now that it has been found that the Bangshui kingdom may be colluding with the alien races and beasts in the cracks, of course we must make some preparations in case something like what happened in Jinyang City happens again. After seeing off Commander Yi and his party, Lin Jun opened his certificate. Number 9527, member of the 95th Brigade, military rank lieutenant. Sure enough, those who are good at flattering will not have bad luck. No, he has become a lieutenant before graduation. Lin Jun felt happy, thinking that he had earned the rank of lieutenant by flattering him. Little did they know that this was Commander Yi trying to keep him and flatter him. To Lin Jun's surprise, Principal Bai Ni also sent her assistant Xu Yanyan and her sister, the little cat Xu Yuyu, to support her. In the end, one of the two sisters bought a lightsaber, and the other bought a pair of boxing gloves. The boxing gloves are more like gloves, or half-finger ones. Xu Yuyu's ability to transform into beasts should have made it difficult to find a suitable spirit weapon for her, but she didn't expect to find one here. So I happily wanted to give Mr. Lin a kiss, but as a gentleman, Mr. Lin sternly refused. It's definitely not because Liu Beiling has been following this sister since she entered the store. Thanks to the support of these friends, many passers-by were attracted one after another. Until it closed in the afternoon, Lin Jun counted today's turnover and found that it was more than 200 million. Uncle Mo was so happy that he couldn't open his mouth from ear to ear. Today alone, his bonus reached 2 million. If he had worked in a factory before, he doesn't know what he would have earned in a lifetime. After dinner, Brark, come out with me later. Jun Lin thought of his level 6 fire and earth crystal core. Liu Beiling thought that Jun Lin was going on a date with her, and immediately blushed, got up and ran into the kitchen. Lin Jun scratched his head in confusion. Uncle Mo and Aunt May glanced at each other, wondering if this kid had realized what he was doing. Guo Guo, Guo Guo, I want to go too. Liu Xiaoluo also ran over immediately, looking up at Jun Lin eagerly. Lin Jun thought about it, he could teach this girl to practice, at least let her not use the staff in front of others. Oh well, Xiaojun, you two can just go. Isn't it inconvenient to take Xiaoluo with you? Uncle Mo interjected. Although he said this, there was a look of expectation on his face. Looking at Aunt May, her face was also flushed. I wipe it. I think you wish I could take Xiaoluo away, so I don't have to hinder you from making a trumpet. Lin Jun is clear in his heart. Forget it, I'll just be a good person. Uncle Mo is fine. We will never come back before 12 o'clock. Okay, okay. Uncle Mo gave Lin Jun a look that said, you're such a kid. Aunt May immediately blushed and pinched Uncle Mo's waist. Lin Jun realized that he was here just eating dog food. He immediately picked up Liu Xiaoluo, went to the kitchen, and pulled the lusty Liu Beiling out of the door. Ah, Mr. Lin, why are you bringing Xiaoluo with you? After going out, Liu Beiling saw Lin Jun holding a 2000-watt light bulb in his arms, and he immediately became dissatisfied. Lin Jun flicked her forehead. Ah, what are you thinking about? I just want to improve your strength. Is that so? Lin Jun nodded. Oh, Liu Beiling reluctantly responded. Then Lin Jun took the sisters to the south gate. Liu Beiling was a little confused. Are we leaving the city? Yes. Ah, I will take Liu Xiaoluo with me. Is there any danger? Don't worry, it'll be okay. Seeing that Jun Lin was so confident, Liu Beiling said nothing more. Although it is already evening, there is still an endless stream of people coming in and out of the south gate. Under the weird eyes of the registrar, the three people left the city. Lin Jun took them to a small forest 1 kilometer away from the city gate. There are no strange animals here, and few people come. Putting Liu Xiaoluo down, Lin Jun pulled out his lightsaber and stuck it in for lighting, then took out the level 6 Beast King crystal core. Beiling, absorb this crystal core. Liu Beiling had never seen such a large attribute crystal core in real life, and he immediately exclaimed. Crystal core, what a big crystal core. Yes, and it's a fire-earth crystal core. If you absorb it, your strength will definitely be greatly improved. If you're lucky, you might even get a skill. No, it's too precious. I can't have it. Liu Beiling looked at the size of this crystal core, which was definitely not less than level 5, and with its richness, he could tell at a glance that it was the crystal core of the Beast King. If this is sold, it will start at no less than 3 billion. Lin Jun immediately made a serious face and said, stop blabbering, just take it for you. This, okay. Liu Beiling was afraid that Mr. Lin would be dissatisfied, so he accepted it obediently. By the way, what level is your strength now? Jun Lin hasn't asked Liu Beiling about his strength for a long time. E-level advanced. I wipe it. E-level high level, ranked 6th in the Demon University Freshman Martial Arts Competition. Lin Jun wondered if he had always underestimated Liu Beiling's talent. Indeed, not to mention that Liu Beiling had never drank a bottle of spirit potion after awakening, and her talent was still S level. Now with the help of E-level advanced, He won the 6th place in Magic University, a talented freshman. This already shows her talent. Absorb it quickly. This is the fire and earth attribute crystal core that I found specially for you. You won't accept my kindness, will you? When he heard Lin Jun's special words, Lu Balin nodded happily. He immediately sat down on the grass with the crystal core in the palm of his hand. It begins to absorb the attribute energy of the crystal nucleus. The moment Lu Balin absorbed the crystal core energy, his entire body was wrapped in a layer of lava color. Is this the effect of absorbing attribute crystal nuclei? At this time, something tugged at the leg of his trousers. Looking down, he found Lu Xiaoluo looking up at him. What's wrong, brother? I want it too. As he spoke, he pointed at the crystal core emitting red light in Lu Bailing's hand. Ah, that's what children are like. When others have it, she wants it too. Forget it, lest she make a fuss. Lin Jun took out a colorless crystal core and handed it over. Here you go, let's play with it. Unexpectedly, Lu Xiaoluo took the crystal core and put it directly into her mouth. Ah, Gulu. Well, swallowed. She swallowed it. Oh my god, Lin Jun shouted in horror. The sound scared Lu Bailing. He immediately opened his eyes and looked in the direction of the source of the sound. Then she saw a scene that stunned her. Lin Jun was grabbing Lu Xiaoluo's feet, hanging upside down and shaking. You idiot, why do you put everything in your mouth and eat it? Spit it out, spit it out. Lin Jun, what are you doing? Lin Jun, Omega. Jun Lin turned around and saw Lu Bailing's confused eyes. Smile awkwardly. Aha, it's okay, I'm just playing with Xiaoluo. You go on and don't worry about us. Seeing what Jun Lin said, Lu Bailing continued to absorb the crystal core. Xiaoluo didn't cry, so nothing happened. Lin Jun put Lu Xiaoluo down and patted his chest. He looked at Lu Xiaoluo again as if nothing was wrong, which made him relax a little. Then he glared at Lu Xiaoluo and lowered his voice. Spit out the crystal core quickly, who asked you to eat this thing? Lu Xiaoluo stuck out her tongue naively. Lie, it's gone. It's in my stomach. Lin Jun was so angry that he pinched her little ears. Next time, don't swallow anything in your mouth. What if you choke? Lu Xiaoluo tilted her head and said, Sister Dabigu said you won't choke. Huh, Big Bigu sister. Which Big Bigu sister? Lin Jun was immediately dumbfounded. What did he hear? Someone taught Xiaoluo to eat crystal cores. Tell me, that Big Bigu sister, if I don't beat her to death, she actually asks the child to eat the crystal core. Is this what a human does? Lu Xiaoluo tilted her head, then shook her head. I don't know, I don't remember. Lin Jun's face suddenly fell. Forget it, come here and practice the skills of using the staff. Yeah, Lu Xiaoluo nodded happily. Normally, her father and mother would not allow her to let the snowman go. Now it's finally time to release. Release on that tree. Bew. Ton. A little snowman, more than twice as big as before, bounced towards the small tree. Boom. There was an explosion, which directly broke the tree more than 10 centimeters in size. Giggle. Lu Xiaoluo danced and giggled, looking at Jun Lin with her small eyes, as if she was longing for something. The scene just now had Jun Lin dumbfounded. What happened? How come this little snowman has grown so much bigger and more powerful? Suddenly I remembered that since strengthening to 11, I have never tried its power. Call. Fortunately, Lu Xiaoluo was in the kindergarten and had not released it on others, otherwise people would have died. Meeting Xiaoluo's small eyes, Lin Jun curled his lips. You don't need to think about it to know that she wants to wait for you to praise her. Sure enough, a brat is a brat. Reluctantly gave a thumbs up. Yeah, Xiaoluo is great. Giggle. By the way, Xiaoluo, you can't use this skill on your kindergarten classmates in the future, do you understand? Yeah, I know, brother. Okay, let's practice on your own. Then Lin Jun watched from the sidelines where Lu Xiaoluo placed the little snowman. Xiaoluo also had a great time. Isn't this little Luo a strange beast? Only alien beasts can swallow crystal cores. Could it be a humanoid beast? All kinds of thoughts turned Lin Jun's head into a mess, and he couldn't think of a reason. Glancing at Lu Bailing, who was still absorbing the crystal core, Lin Jun came to Xiaoluo and took out another colorless crystal core. Hey, Xiaoluo, do you want to eat a crystal core? Yeah, Lu Xiaoluo stopped moving and nodded vigorously. Lin Jun turned around, blocking Lu Beiling's side, and handed over a colorless crystal core. Here you go. Lu Xiaoluo took the crystal core from two adults' fingers and stuffed it into her mouth. Lin Jun immediately observed Lu Xiaoluo's whole body. Gulu. Lu Xiaoluo swallowed the crystal core directly like drinking water. Then Lu Xiaoluo didn't change at all. This made Lin Jun suddenly go crazy. However, just when Lin Jun thought it was over, he was attracted by the flash of light from the staff in her hand. Ah, I just seemed to see a little light coming from Lu Xiaoluo's hand to the staff. Couldn't it be the fault of this staff? Thinking of this, Lin Jun took out another crystal core and handed it to Xiao Luo, asking her to continue swallowing it. Xiao Luo also felt that although this stuff had no taste, it was similar to jelly, so she immediately took it and stuffed it into her mouth. After seeing Xiao Luo swallow it, Lin Jun immediately looked at the staff in her hand. Sure enough, just a moment later, a white light spread from her hand to the staff. Is he really a sperm? Is this staff an evil thing? Lin Jun was very worried and quickly took the chopstick-sized staff and looked at it carefully. Didn't find anything special. However, for Lu Xiaoluo's safety, Lin Jun still planned to destroy it. So I secretly used force to break it off. But even with all his strength and even his face turning red, he couldn't break it off. What a hell, with his own strength, he can't break this first-level staff. Brother, what are you doing? Well, Lin Jun saw Lu Xiaoluo looking at him curiously. Yeah, I'm here to see if I can help you light up your chopsticks more brightly. Yes. Lin Jun immediately thought of a way to destroy the staff. System, I want to strengthen it. Ding, please put in strengthening equipment. Lin Jun put the Bubiu staff on it. In Lu Xiaoluo's eyes, she just saw her baby hovering in the air, her big black eyes filled with surprise. Ding. Whether to strengthen Bubiu staff +11 to +12. Hey, if you don't believe me, stop talking. Confirm. Ding. Strengthening. Ding. Congratulations on the successful strengthening, you have obtained Bubiu staff +12. Lin Jun. No, this must be the luck I have accumulated over so long, come again. Ding. Congratulations on the successful strengthening, you have obtained Bubiu staff +13. My darn thing. Lin Jun suddenly felt the urge to vomit blood. Looking at the small chopsticks shining with crimson light, Lin Jun was convinced that turning on the enhancement would only enhance the chopsticks' abilities. Mr. Lin clicked on the staff's information. Bubiu staff +13. Category: Walking stick. Grade: Epic. Grade 1. Attack power: 110. Strengthen 13 +440. Skill attack power +110. Strengthen 13 +440. Intelligence +10. Spirit +10. Additional skills. Bubiu Little Snowman. Come out, Pippi. Frost Broom can summon a flying broom with a maximum speed of 120 per hour. Frost Queen Phantom passive skill. When attacking, there is a 2% chance of summoning a phantom clone of the Snow Queen to assist in the battle. It lasts for 3 minutes. Introduction. An epic cane refined for the first time by an ice magic genius from a certain continent. In Jun Lin's heart, 10,000 grass and mud horses were running wildly. 2 more skills were created at once, one for flying and one for summoning. Frost Queen. Lin Jun suddenly remembered the big sister Lu Xiaoluo had said. Could it be this Frost Queen? Is she sealed within this staff? The more I think about it, the more likely it is, and the more likely I think it is, the colder my heart becomes. Ahem, Xiao Luo, do you think my brother can change you to a staff? Humph, I don't want it. Lu Xiaoluo immediately pouted and refused. And he looked like he was planning on deciding how many decibels to use when he burst into tears. Lin Jun scratched his head, a little crazy. Finally, reluctantly, it was hung back around her neck. He also warned her not to use the staff casually. Jun Lin was afraid of this girl. If the Frost Queen was summoned, even if it was just a phantom clone, she would not be easy to deal with. It would be fine if she listened to Lu Xiaoluo's instructions, but what if she didn't listen and hurt others? While watching Lu Xiaoluo clutching the staff tightly, she looked at Jun Lin warily. Lin Jun also felt a headache. At this moment, Lu Beiling's side suddenly aroused energy fluctuations. Ah, Mr. Lin, I succeeded. Omega, don't talk like you have mastered unparalleled magical skills. Lin Jun picked up Lu Xiaoluo and walked over. How is it? How much has your strength improved? Lu Bailing chuckled. You guess. Lin Jun flicked her forehead. Yeah, it hurts. I guess your size, tell me quickly. Hee, my strength has reached the mid-level D level. Yes, this crystal core was not wasted after all. As a result, Lu Bailing smiled mysteriously. That's not all. What, you won't get another skill, will you? Lu Bailing nodded with a smile. Quickly, release it and show me. Yeah, Lu Bailing responded. Then he stood up. Fortunately, her staff is also a walking stick and is always hanging on her waist. This is also a necessary habit. Hold the staff in front of you. Jian, flame cannon. Using one palm of both hands to activate the fire element, the staff began to rotate rapidly, and a purple spiral fireball gradually condensed out. Lin Jun saw this skill and felt a little familiar. Isn't this the skill that the Bull Demon King condensed on his mouth? Puff! The purple flame bomb shot into the woods with a long tail. Boom! The explosion lit up the sky, followed by a loud noise. Stirring up countless air waves, the last small mushroom cloud slowly rose. This power made the three of them swallow their saliva with dumbfounded expressions. What Lin Jun was thinking was, if he hadn't escaped yesterday, there wouldn't be even a hair left. Lu Bailing couldn't believe that such a powerful skill could be released by himself. Lu Xiaoluo, on the other hand, was wondering whether she should listen to her sister's words in the future. Just when Lin Jun was about to speak out, an alarm sounded in the direction of the south gate of the Magic City. I'll wipe it. The wind is tight, pull it. Then he picked up Lu Xiaoluo, pulled Lu Bailing and ran away. Such a powerful explosion exploded so close to the south gate. How could it not alert the defenders? If they didn't run away, it would be difficult to explain later. Sure enough, before running very far, the sound of propellers was heard in the sky. Report, there were signs of a fight 1 kilometer away from the south gate. Yes, judging from the traces, one is of fire attribute and the other is of ice attribute. Lin Jun and the other three walked around in a circle before returning to the city. By the time she got home, it was already past 12 o'clock, and Lu Xiaoluo had already fallen asleep in Jun Lin's arms. But even when she fell asleep, those little hands were still holding on to her little baby. Lin Jun expressed his helplessness and hoped that Xiaoluo would not have another chance to use the staff. Otherwise, if the Frost Queen is summoned, there is no telling what unpredictable consequences will happen. When I got home, Uncle Mo was holding on to the wall and coming out of the room. Lin Jun sighed, is this just to practice the trumpet, and you don't even have to give up your waist? Are you back, Dad? Take Xiaoluo to bed. Uncle Mo was immediately delighted and nodded in agreement. Suddenly Aunt May's lazy voice came from the room. Xiao Ling, just sleep with your sister tonight. Lu Bailing. Uncle Mo's face fell. Lin Jun thought to himself, have they tested the sound insulation effect of this house? In the end, Lu Bailing reluctantly carried Xiaoluo back to his room. Tonight, very quiet, and in a certain villa, there was General Li of the Magic City Military District, Li Tianxing, the head of the Magic City Li family, who had a relationship with Lin Jun. At this moment, all information about Lin Jun is being learned from Li Min of the Patrol Bureau. You mean that Mr. Lin opened a Lingyuan weapons shop in the Magic City? Yes, the head of the family, and the spiritual weapons in his shop are very special. Just like other people's weapons, they can only increase the combat power by 20%, but the spiritual weapons in his shop can be improved by 100%, especially for ancient warriors. The most applicable. When Li Min said this, his eyes were full of greed. The Li family is originally the Guwu family, and you can feel a good Lingwu at a glance. If this continues for a long time, I'm afraid it will impact the spiritual martial arts market in our magical city. After hearing what Li Min said, Li Tianxing's face was gloomy, his eyes were slightly narrowed, and he didn't know what he was thinking. Reveal the death of the second young master Xingchui to those Bangchui, and let them go find trouble for this boy. Let's be fishermen. Yes, master. Mr. Lin didn't know that his killing of Jin Bangchui had been found out by the Dragon Kingdom. Originally, according to Commander Yi's wishes, he ignored it. Unexpectedly, it was revealed by the Lee family. More than 2 months later. The freshman period is over. During this period, Lin Jun did not encounter anything special. Because Principal Bai asked him to finish the freshman class at school, Lin Jun stopped skipping classes. I only had to go out on Sundays to hunt for strange beasts, but my level was also raised to mid-level C level. Jingle. The bell rang, signaling the end of the last theoretical class. Third brother, why don't we form a team? I will take you and the second child to clear the Black Mist Forest. There are no good tasks in the Black Mist Forest. They are basically material tasks. If you don't have a car, you will be exhausted. But, this is a team. I have promised my girlfriend to join us, so don't. You two can go together. Principal Bai has already made arrangements for me. Lin Jun interrupted Zhang Hao. He felt that Luo Dao and Zhang Hao were in the front row and the other was roaming. If Zhang Hao's girlfriend was added as a remote output, this would be the best configuration. Ah, Principal Bai has arranged everything for you, not even your girlfriend. Luo Dao said sourly. Hee, that's not true. After all, I already have Teacher Hania and Principal Bai. What the hell, you kid is looking for shit. Suddenly there was a cold snort from behind. Lin Jun immediately turned around and saw Han Ya standing behind coldly. She probably heard what she just said, so Lin Jun immediately pretended to be dumbfounded. Ahem, what's wrong with Teacher Han? HMPH, come with me to the principal's office. After saying that, he twisted his waist and left the classroom. Haha, third brother, you really deserve it. The two bad friends burst into laughter. Lin Jun spread his hands indifferently and immediately followed Han Ya. Perhaps it's because Han Ya came from the army and she especially likes to wear slim combat uniforms with a long leather windbreaker. She always looks heroic. Han Ya noticed that her erect posture was being watched by others. This feeling was familiar and annoying. No need to guess who it is. You, walk in front of me. Oh, Lin Jun smiled bitterly. Soon after, the two came to the principal's office. When he opened the door and went in, he saw Shu Yu and Minako Shimakawa were there. Of course, Vice Colonel Wang is also there. It could be seen from Bai Ni's face that she was a little unhappy. After discussion in our school, we decided to let the three of you form a team. Bai Ni looked at Lin Jun, and the three of them explained. Lin Jun was surprised. He remembered that Bai Ni told her that he would form a team with Shu Yu and Fang Yao, the ice power user. Why did he become this Minako again? But seeing the vice principal on the side, Lin Jun seemed to understand again. Lin Jun didn't object. Bai Ni must also have her difficulties. In addition, the three of you will represent our vocational university and go to Sakura country to participate in the World Freshman Invitational Tournament. It turns out that this is the case. Lin Jun remembered that the event was held in the Dragon Kingdom last year, but he did not expect that it would be in the Sakura Kingdom this year. Unexpectedly, Vocational University was also invited. In the past, only Beijing University and Magic University participated. But what Bai Ni said next immediately shocked Lin Jun. Ahem, I'm going to observe. Puff. Lin Jun. Omega. After Lin Jun came out of the office, he walked out gloomily. His PK points were already empty. He thought he could go to a competition or something so that he could get some PK points. But now it's fine. It turns out he was just there to observe. It's weird to be happy. If it weren't for Bai Ni's sake, he wouldn't even bother to go. Forget it, we still have 3 days to go before departure. We will replenish some supply in these days. Just then, the phone rang. Lin Jun took it out and saw that it belonged to Lu Santon. It seems like you haven't called him since you said you wanted to transfer schools last time, right? Hey, 3 tons, what's going on? Ah, Xiaojun, why did I fall in love with such a sister? Didn't I just want to transfer to another school? She actually made me crippled and lay in bed for more than 2 months. Lin Jun sweated violently. Nima, are you sure your sister is your biological sister? Hey, poor 3 tons, don't worry, I will burn incense for you next year. Roll. By the way, Mr. Lin, today is my birthday, come and play at my house tonight. Yeah, okay, give me your home address. I'll be there in the evening. After hanging up the phone, he also walked to the school gate. I saw Uncle Bao playing on the computer in the guard room again. This Uncle Bao usually likes to play games and is still an old naughty boy. Uncle Bao, come on, smoke a piece of wazi. Hey, it's classmate Lin Jun. Are you going out again? Master Bao took wazi unceremoniously and asked by the way. Well, you take your time and play, then I'll leave first. Okay, walk slowly little guy. Watching Mr. Lin leave, Mr. Bao murmured in a low voice, good boy, you are the most perverted boy I have ever seen. ... After leaving the school gate, Lin Jun casually got into a taxi. South Gate of the Magic City, thank you. The driver remained silent and started the car directly. Lin Jun started playing with his mobile phone as soon as he got in the car, so he didn't pay attention to where the car was going. It wasn't until more than 10 minutes later that Mr. Lin accidentally glanced out the window and realized that the car had reached a sparsely populated seaside road. No matter how dull Mr. Lin is, he still knows what's going on. Good guy, are you trying to rob wealth or life? Mr. Lin didn't panic at all, and he said this unexpectedly. The driver was surprised by Lin Jun's calmness, but he was just stunned for a moment, and then said calmly, there is someone on the dark web who is offering 30 million for your head. Oh, 30 million, it's a bit cheap. The driver frowned slightly, maybe there was something wrong with this kid's brain. For a freshman, 30 million is already very expensive, right? At least for their killers, they are much easier to deal with than the 5th level elite beasts. Do you have any accomplices? HMPH. Kill you, eh? Before the killer could finish speaking, he felt something hit his head. With a glance from the corner of his eye, he saw it was a pistol, and then he smiled contemptuously. Boy, if you listened carefully, you should know that ordinary pistols cannot pose a threat to AB level superpower. I know, then you're still pointing a gun at you, right? But I didn't say it was an ordinary pistol, right? Wah, what do you mean? Lin Jun didn't talk nonsense and shot the driver directly in the leg. Boom, squeak, ah, the car stopped and the driver screamed. At this moment, the driver was pinching the wound on his leg with both hands, with a look of horror on his face, and beads of sweat like soybeans dripping from his forehead. But now he doesn't dare to move even a little bit. After all, there was a black muzzle pressed against his head. Do you know who issued the mission? No, I don't know. We killers never need to know who our employer is, we just need to accept the task. Oh, then you can go die. Don't want. Boom. The driver's eyes widened, full of disbelief. He didn't believe that his life could be so fragile as AB level superpower. Lin Jun got out of the car, took out a tissue from his bag, and wiped the blood off his face. Then he stuffed several high-explosive grenades into the car. Kicking the car off the cliff, the car slowly sank into the sea. Then there was a dull explosion. Bang! Mr. Lin didn't know whether the car could be blown to pieces, but the driver must have been blown to pieces. It was just right to feed the fish. After finishing everything, Lin Jun started running, then superimposed the wind control step, and left the scene with a whoosh. But what he didn't know was that a drone on top of a tree captured the entire scene. And the picture has already appeared in front of Li Tianxing. HMPH. Those sticks are indeed brainless idiots. Li Min, send this video to them and see if they dare to send some garbage over. Yes, master. By the way, head of the family, it seems that what this boy just used was a pistol, right? I guess it should be a spirit gun. It seems that there is a great spirit martial master behind this kid. Then shall we continue? Well, continue, wait until we find out the person behind this kid before we make a decision. Yes. When I got back to the store, I happened to have dinner. Just because he didn't see Liu Beiling, Lin Jun was a little curious. Logically speaking, the freshman period ended in March and the school began to unblock. And May, where is Bai Ling? She just called back and said that she has formed a team today and will go out of town to do a mission tomorrow, so she won't be back. And May spoke lightly, but there was a worried look on her face. Then did she say where to do the mission? It seems to be called the Black Mist Forest. Lin Jun felt relieved. There is no danger to Liu Beiling in the Black Mist Forest. They are all ordinary 4th and 5th level beasts, although there are also elite level ones. But with Liu Beiling's current strength, he should have no problem dealing with a level 4 elite. After all, she is not an ordinary superpower like Yuan Mingyan. What reassures Jun Lin is that she has the flame cannon, which will make even the 5th level elites kneel down once the cannon is fired. Forget it, I originally wanted to take her to Lu Santin's house, but now I can only take Lu Xiaoluo away. And May, I'll take Xiaoluo to a birthday party for one of my classmates later. It should be okay, right? Hearing this, Aunt May's eyes suddenly lit up, and then she gave Lin Jun an approving look. When Uncle Mo heard this, his face immediately turned green. Lu Xiaoluo was just about to eat when she fell down. When she heard about the birthday party, her eyes glowed green. Even her favorite fatty meat in the bowl no longer tasted good. Ahem, that kid, Xiaojun, Xiaoluo is quite noisy, I think it's better not to take him with him. Uncle Mo said and was about to reach out to his precious daughter. At this time, he felt that Xiaoluo was his little treasure. Lin Jun picked up Lu Xiaoluo without mercy. Uncle Mo, no, the birthday banquet has to be noisy to be lively. Let's go first, you can eat slowly. Hey, Xiaojun, please sit for a while, it's not dark yet. No, the road is quite far. It's a good time to go there now. Uncle Mo still tried his best to persuade him to stay, but Aunt May dragged him away. Lin Junlin looked back and saw a few tears of gratitude flowing from the corners of Uncle Mo's eyes. Uncle Mo, you're welcome, this is what I should do, and I don't know how many people envy you for marrying such a charming daughter-in-law. Uncle Mo, Lu Santin's home is in a villa complex in the center of Shanghai. It is dozens of kilometers away from the South Gate. Lin Jun took Lu Xiaoluo and sat in the car for more than an hour before arriving at the door of the villa. As soon as she got off the car, Lu Xiaoluo, who was in a daze and about to fall asleep, immediately turned on her exclusive radar and became energetic. This fat guy, his family is really rich. Lin Jun looked at the manor-like villa in front of him, and it seemed that Lu Santin couldn't afford it. Hey, isn't that Uncle? Lin Jun saw a familiar figure at the door of the villa. Uncle, why are you here? When the uncle heard the sound, he turned around and saw Mr. Lin. He said in surprise, "Oh, little brother, are you here so early?" Not surprised to see the uncle, Lin Jun suddenly thought of something. Could it be that your bosses Lu Mulan and Lu Santin are? Yes, my boss is the sister of young Master 3-Ton, hee. The uncle raised his eyebrows. Aha, so that's it. Little brother, you go in first, I have to entertain the guests, and I'll have 2 drinks with you later. Oh well, the moment Lin Jun carried Lu Xiaoluo into the villa, he was also shocked by the luxurious decoration inside. It seems that my net worth of over 1 billion is not enough. Haha, Mr. Lin is finally here. Lu Santin was wearing a white suit. He looked energetic, but he looked a little uncoordinated. Haha, 3 tons, happy birthday, here, this is a gift for you. Lin Jun took out a pair of level 4 boxing gloves. This was what he got after reaching sea level. I originally wanted to give him a staff, but unfortunately there was no suitable one, so I could only give him this glove with a thunder skill. Huh, are these gloves level 4? Yes, we are all old classmates, you don't need to spend so much money. He said that, but Lu Santin still liked him very much. After looking around the hall and not seeing that figure, he immediately stuffed it into his suit. Jun Lin looked a little confused. By the way, Fat Lu Mulan is your sister, right? Ah. You know my sister? Yeah, we've met before. After saying that, Lin Jun looked Lu Santin up and down. I now understand why your sister beats you so often. So you picked it up. Lin Jun chuckled. I did it to you, but you were the one who picked it up. You're just talking nonsense. I'll beat you to death if I don't. The two joked, and then Lu Santin noticed that there was a little baby in Lin Jun's arms. Hey, is this Lu Bailing's sister? Yes, Xiao Luo, call someone quickly. Hello, fat brother, quote. Lu Santin took Mr. Lin to a seat and sat down, and then he continued to greet the guests. Ahem, Mr. Lin, we meet again. Jun Lin was about to let Lu Xiaoluo go out to eat when a cold voice came. Lin Jun turned his head when he heard the sound, and saw Lu Mulan still wearing a cheongsam and black silk, wearing high heels, holding a glass of wine in her hand, standing behind her. Hello, Sister Mu Lan. Lin Jun showed his big white teeth without any embarrassment or stage fright. Xiaoluo calls for someone. Hello, busty sister. Xiao Luo pretended to be very polite and said hello. However, Lu Mulan's face suddenly darkened. She finally suppressed it and took a deep breath. She glared at Lu Xiaoluo with disgust. Ha, little brat, let me play while you do that. Lin Jun smiled awkwardly. He had forgotten Lu Xiaoluo's little problem of liking to tell people by their characteristics. Ahem, Xiaoluo, go ahead and eat whatever you like. Aha, Lu Xiaoluo instantly transformed into a caged duck and ran towards the long table where the food was placed. Lu Mulan glanced at Lin Jun very dissatisfied. Sister Mulan, please sit down. Lu Mulan didn't waste any time and sat directly on the sofa opposite. I want a batch of spirit spears and lightsabers, preferably level 3 or above. Well, that might be a little difficult in the short term. Indeed, Lin Jun's PK points have been spent now, and he only has 500 points left to kill the B-level killer. The spiritual essence gun costs 30 million for the 3rd level and 100 million for the 4th level. 20 of them are needed. As for the lightsaber, I won't take advantage of you. According to your retail price, which is 10 million for the 3rd level and 50 million for the 4th level, I also want 20. After doing the math, there are several groups, and this is a business worth billions in one go. If I were to clear all level 4, it would no longer be a 3 billion business. The financial resources of the Lu family are so terrifying. Lin Jun thought for a moment and realized that he would leave for Sakura country 3 days later, which meant that he still had time to do it. Well, okay, but give me some time. How long? 2 days. I'll contact you in 2 days. Lu Mulan looked at Jun Lin with her beautiful eyes for a while. Okay, 2 days then. Afterwards, one person drank wine and the other drank a drink. No one spoke anymore, and the atmosphere became a bit awkward. Fortunately, a few acquaintances arrived at this time. Jun Lin, why are you here too? Yo, Song Yuan. Lin Jun was surprised. He didn't expect Song Yuan to come, not only him, but also Li Wenbo. However, Li Wenbo still couldn't recognize him at this time. Snort. Song Yuan had already suffered a lot from Liu Beiling, and in the freshman martial arts competition, his ranking was not as high as Liu Beiling's. My heart has long been filled with anger. But seeing Lu Mulan there, he was embarrassed to be too rude. Sister Mulan, Sister Mulan, the two shouted politely. Yeah, sit down. Lu Mulan still looked cold, but the two of them were probably used to it. You guys chat, I'll leave for a while. Lu Mulan stood up and left. Leave Mr. Lin and these two guys to stare at me. Li Wenbo couldn't help but speak first. Song Yuan, who is this person? Ha, he's just a loser from a third-rate university. Oh, can such a person appear at such a banquet? Li Wenbo could tell that Song Yuan didn't like Lin Jun very much. Who knows? As for the two people's strange conversation, Lin Jun didn't even have the intention to pay attention to them. His eyes were always on Xiao Luo's side. This girl is like a mouse in a rice vat now. But seeing her eating happily makes me happy too. Children's happiness is so simple. Seeing that Jun Lin ignored them, but looked at the long table and smiled. The two of them followed his gaze in unison. Hey, it's that kid. Song Yuan recognized Lu Xiaoluo, who was lying on the table fighting with various foods. Seeing this, Song Yuan immediately glanced at Li Wenbo. Then the two of them got up and walked towards Lu Xiaoluo. Li Wenbo came to the table and took a small cake from a 3-tier tray. Come, little girl, this is for you to eat. Yeah, Lu Xiaoluo nodded immediately. She has been craving for it for a long time, but she just can't get it. Okay, then, here you go. Snapped. Li Wenbo directly hit Lu Xiaoluo's face. Ha ha, little cat. Li Wenbo and Song Yuan burst out laughing. Lin Jun just lowered his head to take a sip of water. When he looked over, he saw Lu Xiaoluo's face covered with cake. Lin Jun's face suddenly darkened, and he immediately stood up and walked over. Lu Xiaoluo was stunned for a moment when she was hit like this. Then she wiped the cream on her face with her little hand and glared at the two of them angrily. His breathing was rapid, and his small body was shaking. The next moment, his little hands grabbed the octopus sashimi on the plate, which was still uncut. Just threw it away. Snapped. Li Wenbo's face was hit by an octopus. Giggle. It was Lu Xiaoluo's turn to giggle. The laughter of Li Wenbo and two people just now attracted many people's side glances, but now, the hall was filled with laughter. Girl, you're looking for death. Li Wenbo pulled the octopus off his face, his expression extremely ferocious. He raised his hand and slapped him away. Just as the slap came close to Lu Xiaoluo's face, a hand firmly grasped Li Wenbo's hand. You are the one looking for death. Li Wenbo turned his head and saw Lin Jun looking at him gloomily. Young fool, let me go. If you dare to meddle in other people's business, believe it or not, I will kill you too. Bang bang. Lin Jun loosened his grip and kicked Li Wenbo twice in the stomach. The latter immediately flew several meters away. Puff. He fell to the ground and vomited blood. Jun Lin, how dare you? Before Song Yuan could finish speaking, Lin Jun also kicked him. As expected, he flew backwards a few meters and fell hard to the ground. Although he didn't vomit blood like Li Wenbo, his face was red with pain and he couldn't even scream out the pain. This scene immediately attracted Lu Santin, who was dealing with the guests, and Lu Mulan, who was chatting with someone. Jun Lin, what's going on? When Lu Santin came up, he looked left and right to see if Mr. Lin had suffered any loss. I'm fine. After saying that, Lin Jun took out a few tissues from the side and helped Lu Xiaoluo wipe the cream on her face. Brother, what's going on? Among the men who came with Lu Mulan, there was a tall man in a suit and leather shoes who looked like a social elite. Seeing Li Wenbo lying on the ground screaming and vomiting blood, he quickly walked over to investigate the situation. After a while, Li Wenbo could speak. Brother. It's that fool, I want to kill him. Li Wenhao looked along Li Wenbo's finger and saw Jun Lin with a calm expression. Li Wenhao has never met Jun Lin, but no matter who dares to attack members of the Li family in the Demon City, it will be a slap in the face of the Li family. You are very good, but you dare to hurt me, a member of the Li family. A high-level coercion spurted out. Lin Jun frowned slightly. Is this A class or S class? As Lin Jun's friend and today's protagonist, Lu Santin quickly came out to explain. Brother Wenhao, this is a good friend of mine. This must be a misunderstanding. Then he whispered in Jun Lin's ear, Li Wenhao, the eldest son of Li, is in the same class as my sister. He is a fire superpower, an ancient warrior, and has S-level strength. If you can avoid offending me, try not to offend him. Hearing this, Mr. Lin nodded. With his current strength, it would be difficult to take advantage against such a talented S-class person. Misunderstanding. My brother was beaten until he vomited blood. Do you think this is a misunderstanding? Li Wenhao didn't take Lu Santin seriously at all. Lu Santin could only look at Lu Mulan. After all, Li Wenhao has been pursuing his sister. If his sister comes forward, he may be saved. Among the four major ancient martial arts families in the Demon City, the Li family ranks first, and they also control the military region. Even if the other three families are added together, they are no match for the Li family. Lu Mulan had no choice but to say, what's going on? Sister. It was Li Wenbo and Song Yuan who bullied Lin Jun's sister first. You can see for yourself. As he said this, he pointed at Lu Xiaoluo's face that had not yet been wiped clean. In fact, everyone knows that Li Wenbo is at fault, but no one dares to say otherwise. The people present now are all the younger generation of Magic City. Who dares to offend the Li brothers? Wenhao, you also saw it, why don't we just forget about it? From Lu Mulan's tone, she could tell that she didn't want to cause trouble with the Li family. Li Wenhao helped his brother up, glanced at Lu Mulan, and took a deep breath. Okay, let him apologize to my brother and Song Yuan, and forget about it. As for whether to forget it or not, no one can say. Lu Santin looked embarrassed. Just when Lu Santin was in trouble, Lin Jun patted him on the shoulder. Okay, this matter has nothing to do with you, I will handle it myself. Jun Lin. Lin Jun waved his hand, interrupted him and continued. Then he looked at the two Li brothers, I was very happy with those kicks just now. As for me to apologize, I'm dreaming. If Lin Jun's rivals are anything in this world, it would be the Lu family and Uncle Li's family. Although Lu Xiaoluo is usually naughty, it is undeniable that Jun Lin loves her very much, otherwise he would not buy her a bunch of snacks every time. But if that's right, let him apologize to these two guys. Sorry, he can't do it. The worst case scenario is to release the storm mecha and blast him. Hearing Zhang Lin's arrogant words, Li Wenhao was immediately angry and stared at Zhang Lin fiercely. Okay. You are the first person who dares to provoke the Li family in my magical city. Mulan, you have also seen that this boy doesn't give me the Li family's face, but it's not that I don't give you the face. Stop blabbering for me here. How do you want to be treated? Let me explain it to you and see if I can handle it. Lin Jun didn't want to involve Lu Santin in this matter. Okay, today I want you to know how serious the consequences of offending my Li family are. As he spoke, with one hand and one palm, a white fireball shot out instantly. Seeing this, Lin Jun kicked Lu Santin away. With a flick of his hand, a lightsaber appeared in his hand. Cross-cut, swish, the cross-slash directly collided with the fireball. Boom, there was an explosion. The hall was instantly swept by a heat wave. Lin Jun held Lu Xiaoluo in his arms. And the surrounding people who were eating melons also moved away from the center in an instant. In this era, who is not a superpower? In other words, as long as you have money, even if you fail to awaken the superpower, you can still purchase a tribute crystal cores to absorb it, and there will be a chance of awakening, provided you have more money. Li Wenhao didn't expect that he would be blocked by this kid after using 30% of his strength. Lu Mulan and Lu Santin were dumbfounded for a moment. They always thought that Lin Jun was just a rookie, but they didn't expect that he could compete with Li Wenhao. Is this a hidden strength? Very good. Li Wenhao, haven't done anything for a long time. Why don't we go out and have a fight? Li Wenhao also knew that it would be bad if there was a fight in the house and the Lu family's villa would be destroyed later. Lin Jun also wants to try out the level of S-class. Okay. With that said, Lin Jun carried Xiao Luo into Lu Santin's arms. Don't let her get hurt, otherwise our brothers will stop doing it. Well, don't worry, even if I fight with my fat body, she won't be hurt at all. Lin Jun was speechless. He was just joking. He patted Lu Santin on the shoulder and walked out. The rest of the people also swarmed up and followed him out to eat melon. This is Li Wenhao's move. I haven't seen this for a long time. Fortunately, the grassland outside Lu's house is relatively large. The two stood facing each other about 10 meters apart. Li Wenhao looked at the lightsaber in Lin Jun's hand, with a flash of greed in his eyes. Boy, now kneel down and kowtow to admit your mistake. By the way, I will use the Lingyuan weapon in your hand as an apology. I can still spare your life, otherwise. Lin Jun sneered and was too lazy to reply to his words. The epic weapon of the Wings of Light lightsaber in his hand shines with a reddish-white light. He is extremely eager to fight. If he wants to prove the soul of the sword, he is definitely not a profession that no one can play with. Many people have already noticed the lightsaber in Zhang Lin's hand. Is that kid holding the rumored lightsaber? It seems to be true. It looks good, and it looks like it's no lower than level 5. It's really good looking. I'm thinking about buying one too. The attention of the melon-eating crowd was basically attracted by the lightsaber in Zhang Lin's hand. HMPH. Let's see if you can be tougher later. As he spoke, Li Wenhao clapped his palm. Lin Jun calmly picked up his sword and went forward to meet him. The extreme shadow swordsmanship was the exclusive swordsmanship of Sword Soul. Swish. Directly use the Wings of Light to directly receive the opponent's attack. How can it be? Li Wenhao didn't quite believe it. My Li family's ancient martial arts skills were actually chopped off by the opponent with a sword. Scorching flame bullet. Li Wenhao didn't dare to underestimate Zhang Lin anymore, and used a firepower to interrupt Zhang Lin's progress. Sprint. Ultimate Shadow Rising Dragon Slash. Outside Lin Jun's body, a spiritual essence turned into a dragon's head phantom appeared, with the blessing of the innate skill of sprinting. Hit this fire bomb directly. Boom. Zhang Lin not only exploded the flame bomb, but also continued to charge towards Li Wenhao without any injuries. When approaching Li Wenhao, Lin Jun immediately picked out a powerful sword energy. Aha! The latter's S-level strength is not limited, he directly explodes his strength and dodges the sharp sword energy. Then he started a close fight with Mr. Lin. Although Li Wenhao has S-level strength, every skill he throws is extremely powerful. But Lin Jun's movement speed and attack speed are very fast, and his sword skills are also very superb. No one can do anything for a while. Everyone who was eating melons was shocked by the fight between the two. Why didn't I expect that this little-known boy was also a master of ancient martial arts? And sometimes, even if he is hit by Li Wenhao's skills, he is still unscathed. This makes people unbelievable and even wonders if Li Wenhao has let go. Not to mention the crowd, even Li Wenhao felt a little weird. This kid obviously only had the strength of no more than B level, but he was able to withstand his skills without being injured. But only Lin Jun knows this, because he has several dominating skills. This is a system bug that Lin Jun discovered long ago, such as the instant kick, the ultimate shadow dragon slash, the mad dragon flash break, etc. These are the capital that Lin Jun dares to confront Li Wenhao. Otherwise, he would dare not seek death. The Lu Mulan siblings were already shocked by the swordsman like Lin Jun. I always thought that Mr. Lin was a little brother who loved lying and was greedy for money. One thought that Jun Lin was just a rookie who had awakened low-level talents. As a result, he is now having a back-and-forth fight with an S-level ancient warrior. Of course, this is in their eyes. The reality is that the more Lin Jun fights, the more frightened he becomes. Because S-level superpowers can already release spiritual energy to protect the body. With Jun Lin's current attack power, it is difficult to break through his spiritual shield. Fortunately, Lin Junlin has many talents, so he can spend time with the opponent without being too embarrassed. I sighed in my heart that I still underestimated the S-class powerhouse. Boom! Not long after, Mr. Lin was hit by Li Wenhao, flying several meters away and hitting the ground heavily. Lin Jun supported his body, stood up slowly, and forced to swallow the bloody phlegm that came out of his throat. Since the hegemonic body only lasted for 1 second, although he blocked the palm slapped on the chest, the impact of hitting the ground shook Jun Lin severely. On the other side, Li Wenhao's face was also slightly pale, which was obviously caused by consuming too much mana. Li Wenhao showed a sinister look on his face. It feels like some ordinary moves and skills can't do anything to this kid, and now I feel a little embarrassed. But how could he be willing to let this kid go like this? Okay, you succeeded in irritating me. Li Wenhao gritted his teeth and suppressed this sentence. In front of so many people, he, an S-class superpower, was forced into this by this young boy. If he didn't regain his face, how could he, Li Wenhao, have the face to survive in the Devil City in the future? The more he thought about it, the angrier he became. The angrier he got, the more he lost his mind and immediately used the remaining spiritual energy. The spiritual energy around his body surged, and his body was instantly enveloped by a fire-attributed spiritual energy. Lin Jun secretly thought, I didn't expect this guy to dare to use his ultimate move in the city. Aren't you afraid of being held accountable by relevant departments? From the beginning, Mr. Lin knew that S-level superpowers were not allowed to use skills above S-level in urban areas. You must know that this guy will be so indifferent after being cornered. Lin Jun doesn't want to fight him. At least, he can't fight him until he has a certain level of strength. Lu Mulan, who was still shocked by Lin Jun's strength, felt bad when she saw Li Wenhao trying to amplify his powerful skills, and immediately stopped her. Li Wenhao, what do you want to do? This is my Lu family, you are not allowed to mess around. Lu Mulan, you'd better not get involved. As for the damage to your family, I will just compensate you according to the price. Li Wenhao also lost his mind and could say such things. Asshole, if you dare to destroy my plants and trees, I won't be done with you. Lu Mulan herself also has a bad temper, otherwise Lu Santin wouldn't be afraid of her sister. Lu Mulan, do you really want to go against me? Li Wenhao said with a ferocious look on his face. He was really embarrassed today. So what, do you really think that your Li family can cover the sky with just one hand in the devil's capital? Lu Mulan also got into a fight with him. Hearing this, Li Wenhao suddenly thought that Lu Mulan's father was the mayor of Magic City. If there was a real trouble, it would be difficult for his father to step down. After struggling in his heart for a while, he suppressed the anger in his heart and slowly gathered his spiritual energy. He gave Lin Jun a cold look. Then he casually cupped his hand to Lu Mulan and said, neither salty nor cool, sorry for bothering you tonight, let's go. With that said, he took Li Wenbo and Song Yuan out of the manor. The three of them left. The rest of the melon-eating crowd, probably afraid of offending the Li family, also said goodbye and left. Soon, only the Lu Mulan siblings and Lin Jun were left in the villa. You look at me, I look at you, the atmosphere is a bit awkward. I'm sorry, I ruined your birthday party. Lin Jun scratched his head in embarrassment. Mr. Lin, you can do it. You've been hiding it for so long and you didn't even tell me. Lu Santin didn't care and instead brought the topic to Lin Jun's strength. Lu Mulan, on the other hand, crossed her arms and said teasingly, you still know how to be embarrassed. You are really capable of offending two families at once. Seeing Lu Mulan say this, Lu Sandan became anxious. Sister, you, fat man, shut up. Lu Mulan angrily interrupted Lu Santin's words, and then looked at Lin Jun. If you offend the Li family, let's see how you can gain a foothold in the Magic City in the future. After saying that, Lu Mulan stepped on her high heels, twerked her hips, and went back to the house. Hey, Santin, are you sure this is your sister? Of course it's my sister. How can a sister bury her brother like this and call you a fat man? Go to hell, stop trying to drive a wedge between my siblings. Lu Santin gave Lin Jun a chest blow. Hey, please be gentle, it hurts. Lin Jun grinned in pain. Seeing that Lin Jun seemed to be injured, Lu Santin asked nervously, are you okay? Lin Jun did not answer, but took out a plum-colored strawberry from his pocket in front of him. For this injury, it would be a waste to drink a special potion, just eat a strawberry. Lu Santin was stunned for a moment. I went and thought about eating, so it should be fine. Lin Jun, you have to be careful if you offend the Li brothers. These two are notoriously stingy, and their father is the commander of the Magic City military region, so he is not easy to mess with. What, are these two guys the sons of General Li? Have you stung a hornet's nest this time? Forget it, I'm going to level up tonight. After I awaken my profession, I won't be afraid of the commander of the military region. If you piss me off, use your awakening skills to see if you can't be killed. That's it. Don't worry, Akari and the others don't dare to do anything to me. After saying that, he hugged Lu Xiaoluo, who was still eating in Lu Santin's arms, and said to Lu Santin, it's too late, I'll leave first and contact you later. Well, be careful on the road. Good. After leaving the villa area, Lin Jun took a taxi and went back. The Li family manor in the Magic City. What? How dare that kid take action against Zhaobo? Li Tianxing's face was extremely gloomy. Dad, do you know this boy named Lin Jun? Li Wenhao brothers were very curious. Li Tianxing didn't say anything, just took out a mobile phone and clicked on a video. Then he showed it to the two brothers. When Li Wenhao saw the video, Mr. Lin summoned a machine cannon and fired at a huge bull-headed beast. Suddenly he was dumbfounded. This is the summoning system. Hey, that's not right. When Mr. Lin fought against me tonight, he used wind attributes and ancient martial arts skills. Yeah, I sent someone to check his college entrance examination information. He is also a wind attribute. As for his summoning system, I guess it should be a hidden ability. Or what it was, Li Tianxing didn't say any more, after all, he wasn't sure. I will handle this matter, you go back. Dad, this. Li Wenhao wanted to say something else, but Li Tianxing glared at him and shut up immediately. After watching the Li brothers leave, Li Tianxing looked out the window, not knowing what he was thinking. On the other side, Lin Jun returned home, put the sleeping Lu Xiaoluo on his bed, and began to pack his luggage. That's right, he plans to set out to explode his liver now. He knew in his heart that he had offended an ancient family, and it was also a powerful family. The only thing that can make him strong is his own strength, so now the only thing that can make him strong is leveling up. As long as I have a career awakening, do I still need to be afraid of the Li family? It's not yet certain who will kill whom. Moreover, I am going to Sakura country in 3 days, and I don't know if there will be any danger. After all, this is not a peaceful era, and no one knows if I will encounter danger. After picking up his backpack, Lin Jun came to the bedside and put Lu Xiaoluo's dazzlingly bright little staff back into the small cloth bag. This little cloth bag was specially made by Lin Jun after he helped it strengthen to 13. After all, if someone discovered such a staff, it would pose a great safety risk to Lu Xiaoluo. After finishing everything, Lin Jun went out quietly. It took Lin Jun an hour to get from the south gate to the west gate. Although it was already midnight, there were still many hunting teams at Examen at this time. However, most of them are material teams. The main reason for this is because ordinary strange beasts are active at night. And these teams are all composed of some weak superpowers. They can only hunt some ordinary strange beasts below level 5, and then collect the materials and sell them to some material processing factories to get some income. Although the income is not much, it is much better than those workers who work in factories. After Mr. Lin registered, he left the city gate. The destination he wanted to go to this time was the Black Mist Crack in the Black Mist Swamp. If he had set out during the day, there would have been an armored bus going to the Black Mist Crack. But it was midnight now, so Lin Jun had no choice but to go there by himself. After arriving 1 kilometer away from the city gate, Mr. Lin summoned 8 stalkers. Then he took out a bunch of unknown things from his backpack, and when he opened it, it immediately turned into a square folding basket that was 50 meters high and 80 meters wide. There are exactly 8 ears on the side of the basket. Get in, unfold the folding stool, sit down, and look as funny as you want. That's right, this is the best aircraft that he came up with after hard thinking. Each of the 8 stalkers grabbed the ear of a basket, buzzed with the basket, flew into the sky, and then headed straight towards the Black Mist Swamp. In fact, it wasn't that far away. After flying for 20 minutes, I saw a bright light. Looking down from the sky, it looks like a small town. He found a place to land on the edge, put away the folding basket, stuffed the 8 stalkers into the bag, and walked towards the gate of the stronghold. You also need to register when entering the stronghold. Once the registration was completed, Lin Jun did not stop. After directly asking about the location of the crack, he walked straight over. It was also the first time for Lin Jun to come to the stronghold. He found that there were hotels and various shops here, and it was no different from a tourist town. It's just that Mr. Lin doesn't have the intention to explore this stronghold slowly. After a while, we arrived at the small square in front of the crack. There are many small stalls set up in the small square. Looking at the brands, they all collect crystal cores and materials. Lin Jun wandered around for a while and came to the entrance of the crack. I saw that this crack was different in color from the one in the mountains last time. The one in the mountain is red, but this crack is just white. Hello, are you going into the crack? A soldier in military uniform walked up to Jun Lin, with some uncertainty in his eyes. Oh yes, The soldier looked at Jun Lin suspiciously, looking a bit incredulous. Little brother, although this crack only has 3 stars, it is still very dangerous. Are you going in alone? Lin Jun was stunned for a moment, then nodded. Ahem, little brother, I advise you not to overthink things. You have to know that there will always be unsatisfactory situations in life. You are still young. It turns out that this big brother thinks I can't think about it. Stop, brother. I'm not as weak as you think, and, is there a rule in this crack that no one is allowed to enter alone? Oh nope. Is there any regulation on how much strength is required to enter? No, the soldier scratched his head and said embarrassedly. He has been here for a long time and has seen many young people who overestimate their abilities and never come out again after entering. That's why he would advise people not to lose their lives just because of money. Well, that's fine if you don't have one. Where can I pay the fee? There, the soldier pointed to the pavilion next to him. Oh, thanks, bro. With that said, he ignored the soldiers, went over to register, paid, and got a card. Follow the instructions and come to the crack. Not sure what he was thinking of, he turned around and waved to the soldier. Brother, see you in 2 days. After saying that, he turned around and stepped into the crack. Seeing Jun Lin's figure disappear into the crack, the soldier sighed softly. I'm talking about Lao Lu. Are you standing in the way of someone who is seeking death? Stop worrying about it and just stand your guard. The registrar in the booth kindly advised. They are all the flowers of our dragon kingdom. Those who can be persuaded must still be persuaded. Seeing how persistent old Lu was, the registrar shook his head helplessly. On the other side, Jun Lin has entered the crack world and is now in the primeval forest. There were all kinds of small animals all around, all of which he had never seen before. What surprised him was that unlike outside, this world was still daytime with the sun high in the sky. Put the card away. This is the card that can be used to locate the entrance and exit. Don't lose it. Holding a lightsaber in one hand and a pistol in the other, he randomly found a direction and set off in search of prey. Because the trees were dense and tall, Mr. Lin soon lost his way. I don't know where I went. Half an hour later, Lin Jun felt that his eyes were wider. Taking a closer look, it turned out that there was a forest of dead trees ahead. But what surprised him was that every dead tree in this dead wood forest looked similar to the tree man he saw on TV in his previous life. Jun Lin didn't think too much. He went straight to a dead tree and walked around it. Didn't find anything special, just about to keep going. Sudden, whoosh, countless flying needles actually shot towards Mr. Lin from the dead tree just now. If it weren't for Mr. Lin's speed, he would have been stabbed like a hedgehog. Why does your uncle's dog system not display the status bar at first? Ding. The system will not display information about alien beasts in a static state. It is the host's own fault. Please do not involve the host. Bah, it's obvious that you just want to trick me. After all this time, I don't understand you. Mr. Lin avoided while arguing with the system. Dead wood tree essence wood. Grade. Crack. Level 3. Attack power 700. Defense 300. Life 2000. Skills: wood fang thrust, wood rainstorm needle. Is this a crack beast? The attributes are a bit higher than the elite level, but not as good as the alien level. While dodging, Lin Jun glanced at the forest of dead trees. I was suddenly pleasantly surprised. Could this whole forest be full of strange beasts? Chapter 81. No wonder Mr. Lin was so surprised. This forest covers an area of at least 5 or 6 square kilometers. There are trees every 10 meters. How many strange beasts must there be? Bang bang. -1220. -1236. After getting rid of the deadwood spirit that sneaked up on him, Lin Jun immediately exited the deadwood forest. Check the kill information. Ding. Kill a 3rd level crack beast and get 8,000 experience points, 3,000 gold coins, 20 healing strawberries, 16 soul reviving blueberries, 23 strengthening stones, 1 level 3 colorless crystal core, and 1 strengthening protection coupon. Actually, the experience is only 2,000 less than those from another world. To advance from the C-level intermediate level to the high level, you only need 5 million experience points, and you only need to kill 600 to 700 level 3 crack beasts to upgrade. But what shocked Mr. Lin the most was that the strange beasts here actually exploded with enhanced protection coupons. Doesn't this mean he can strengthen to more than 11 points? Lin Jun roared with excitement. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Don't say that Mr. Lin is not eager to strengthen the 13th, but that he doesn't dare. Lu Xiaoluo's staff was obviously unbreakable, so she didn't dare to joke about her weapon. So what are you waiting for? The liver is finished. Jun Lin looked at this large forest of dead trees, his eyes glowing green. These are all experiences. Take out a 3rd level colorless crystal core and pinch it. SB Viper Spiritual Energy Cannon. Buzz. A circle of light appeared in front of Jun Lin, and the Viper Spiritual Cannon slowly squeezed out. Jun Lin climbed up without saying a word. Holding the grip tightly with both hands, his index finger resting on the trigger, he slowly turned the muzzle and aimed at the dead wood ahead. There was a look of madness in his eyes. Go to hell. Da 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 da. The muzzle spit out a long tongue of flame instantly. These level 3 dead wood spirits have low defense. As long as they are touched by a ballistic missile, the display box will not appear and the health bar will be cleared. At the same time, the prompt to kill also sounded in Lin Jun's mind. This made Mr. Lin even crazier. Open your mouth wide, stick out your tongue, look excited and crazy on your face. The withered wood spirits in the distance may have sensed the enemy in front of them or received some instructions, so they immediately moved. In Lin Jun's eyes, he could only see dense information boxes lighting up in the distant area that had not yet been fired. If Lin Jun had trypophobia, he would probably have been frightened to the point of numbness all over by this scene. It's a pity that he doesn't have it. Not only does he not have it, but he also has intensive euphoria. I silently counted the time for this call. The Viper Spirit Cannon is now at level 3, with a rate of fire increased to 800 rounds per minute and a summoning time of 30 seconds. So when the time on the instrument was about to expire, Lin Jun immediately jumped off the cannon. He started sprinting and rushed forward. Anyway, within 1,000 meters in front, he had already shot him all over. As for why he wanted to move forward, it was because he was afraid that the range would be insufficient and it would be bad to let these monsters run away. After drinking a bottle of special-grade soul-restoring potion, he took out a third-level colorless crystal core. Immediately summoned the Viper Spirit Cannon. Continue shooting. But what surprised Lin Jun was that after waking up, these dead wood spirits did not want to escape, but formed teams regularly and rushed towards Jun Lin without fear of death. Lin Jun didn't think too much, he just felt that this was what he wanted to prevent him from running away. Da da da. The flames never stopped, and Mr. Lin didn't know how many he had killed. He could only feel that his experience bar was rising at a speed visible to the naked eye. The number of things falling is also increasing. Until Lin Jun summoned the fourth Lingyuan cannon. The ground began to tremble continuously, and then in the center of the dead wood forest, an information box that was much larger than the information boxes of other dead wood spirits appeared. And it still has a pink border. There's actually a boss. I'm so lucky. Deadwood Tree King. Level. Crack King. Level 5. Attribute. Wood. Attack power. 5,500. Defense. 550. Life. 55,000. Skills. Wood Teeth Stab, Wood Arrow Rain, Tree Boundary Stab, Natural Healing. The attributes are not much different from the level 5 Wolf King encountered in Jinyang City. However, the body is larger than that of the Bull Demon King. Boom, the earth cracked, and a crack appeared under the newly summoned Lingyuan cannon. Jun Lin immediately felt bad when he thought of the skills of this Tree Spirit King. Without thinking, he jumped up. Puff puff. Countless spikes protruded from the ground. He pushed the Viper Spiritual Cannon into the air, and after spinning a few times, it fell into a crack in the ground. Lin Jun secretly broke into a cold sweat, already holding a level 3 colorless in his hand. SB Storm. Buzz. A large formation aperture appeared in the sky, and a sci-fi mecha slowly appeared. Lin Jun was originally worried that there would be an embarrassing situation like when he summoned the Lingyuan cannon for the first time. However, when he saw the flames spraying from the back of the storm mecha, he immediately felt relieved. Controlling the mecha to the bottom of his fall, Mr. Lin landed firmly on its head. Before Lin Jun could make the next move, the Tree Spirit King in the distance released an overwhelming amount of wooden needles and shot them towards him. Nah, you don't have martial ethics. There is nothing I can do, there are too many, they are like raindrops. There was no time to enter the cockpit. Lin Jun had no choice but to turn over, climb behind the mecha, hold a missile firmly, and use the storm mecha as a shield, allowing it to block the rain of arrows with its face. Ding 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 ding. As a result, this mecha did not disappoint him. It was so thick-skinned that even the skills of the 5th-level alien Beast King could not penetrate its defense. Countless wooden arrows hit the storm mecha and were all bounced away. Haha, very good. Xiaobao, I, Mr. Lin, would like to call you the thickest in the world. Now fight back. After receiving Jun Lin's order, Baofeng was also sincere and directly triggered the machine cannon in his hand. Ta 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 ta. A missile on his back was also shot out, which not only scared Lin Jun into a cold sweat, but also caused Lin Jun's whole body to be blackened by tail inflammation. Lin Jun immediately climbed back on top of the mecha and gave Baofeng a big blow. Boom, you did it on purpose, right? If you fired the one I was holding, wouldn't you also have shot me out, you idiot? No wonder Mr. Lin was so angry, he was holding a missile just now. The storm mecha ignored him. Phew, 2 more missiles were launched. The spiritual essence cannon in his hand did not stop, and continued to pour out spiritual essence bullets. Boom boom, the missile hit the Tree Spirit King, and his health bar immediately dropped a lot. Coupled with the pouring of spiritual bullets, the health bar also decreased rapidly. Even so, Lin Jun felt that he was getting weaker and weaker, and he didn't react at first. It wasn't until Baofeng's spiritual energy cannon stopped that he realized that his spiritual energy was empty. I'll wipe it. Why didn't you remind me of this stupid thing? While cursing, he poured out a bottle of special soul reviving potion. You stupid thing, keep shooting for me, don't stop. At this time, the Dryad King was already out of health, with less than 5,000 health. In addition, 4 missiles were eaten and the huge body was blown to pieces. It can be said that victory is in sight. But at this moment, a beeping alarm sounded from the mecha. Beep. Warning. The self-destruction program is starting. Beep. Warning. The self-destruction program is starting. Lin Jun didn't know what was going on at first, but when he saw a stopwatch counting down on Baofeng's head, only then did Lin Jun realize that it was the summoning time. He felt a little relieved, but then he thought of something and his heart skipped a beat. Self-destruct. What the hell, what a cheating thing. Lin Jun felt like he was being cheated, so he yelled and jumped away immediately. The moment Lin Jun jumped away, Baofeng's entire body turned red, then accelerated and flew directly towards the Dryad King. At this moment, Mr. Lin couldn't care much anymore and took out the stalker from his bag. Otherwise, he was afraid that he would fall to death later. Boom. When he was caught by 8 stalkers, the storm over there had already hit the Tree Spirit King, and a huge explosion sounded. The Dryad King's health bar was instantly emptied, and a group of mobs on the ground were also blown up. A series of reminders instantly sounded in Lin Jun's mind. Ding. Kill a level 5 crack beast king and gain experience. Ding. Kill. Ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully upgrading. The current level is C level advanced. Ding. Finally upgraded. And get another epic weapon. Unfortunately, there is no proof of job transfer. After Lin Jun landed safely, he immediately clicked on the weapon he had just obtained. When he saw the weapon illustration, he felt ecstatic. Lava Roar. Category. Hand Cannon. Level. Epic Level. Level 5. Attack Power. 1500. Skill Attack Power. 1500. Strength plus 50. Spirit plus 50. Fire Attribute. Lava Supercharge Cannon. When performing a normal attack on the target, there is a 25% chance of triggering Lava Supercharge, which can cause 250% of the base attack power damage to the enemy. P.S. Each shot fired costs 50 Spirit Yuan. The rate of fire is 6 rounds per minute. Introduction. One of the favorite weapons of gunners. Abnormal. That's right, Lin Jun can only use this word to describe it. The hand cannon is different from other weapons. It is a type of heavy weapon. It can be seen from the word gun that it will explode. Although it takes 10 seconds to charge once a shot is fired, it does not affect its output. Lin Jun thought there was no such weapon, but now it actually appeared. He needs to be promoted to level B as soon as possible. Now he has 3 epic weapons, waiting for his luck. If the hand cannon is not used by then, you can wait until Lu Bailing reaches B level and give it to her, so that she can enjoy the addiction of being a gun girl. After looking at it, the experience required to upgrade to level B is 10 million. Not much. Later, Mr. Lin counted up the statistics and obtained more than 50 enhanced protection scrolls. There were also more than 200 various 3rd level weapons, but they were all 3rd level. There were more than 20 lightsabers alone. As for the rest, he didn't bother to calculate. Phew, a crack is a crack. Although the risk is high, the benefits are also proportional, Lin Jun said with emotion. After looking around, there were all corpses of dead wood spirits. Suddenly he slapped his forehead and felt a huge headache. Even if it's too much, it's still such a mess. If he only relied on him to collect the crystal cores, he would have to collect them for years, horses and months of the monkey. Dog system, why don't you just recycle it by the way? You actually want the host to dig it out yourself. I don't want it anymore. Ding, you don't have to. Just don't regret it then. What do you mean? Please explain the dog system clearly. As a result, the system ignored him at all. The urinary nature of the underground ditch system must be digging holes for him again. Forget it, it's all money, you still have to dig it out. At least the losses should be minimized. Russell, come out. Lin Jun immediately took out his gun and pointed it into the woods beside him. Great God, don't, we don't mean any harm. 3 men who looked like students slowly walked out with their hands raised in fear. Great God, I just had the honor to see you, great God, in your way of torturing strange beasts. We deeply admire you. That's right, we always admire you. Yep, Lingzhou. Lin Jun recalled it and suddenly remembered it. Lingzhou doesn't seem to be far from this fisher stronghold, so it's not surprising that they came here. As for Lingzhou, it is only a big city one level lower than the Demon City and the capital city, and it also has several famous colleges and universities for supernatural powers. Then what do you want to do? Jun Lin saw that their clothes were somewhat tattered and they looked extremely embarrassed, and he didn't know what their strength was. Hey, I think the master must be worried about the problem of crystal core collection, right? Lin Jun's eyes turned cold. Oh, do you have any ideas? Seeing Jun Lin's look, the three of them suddenly became silent and quickly explained, Master, don't get me wrong, we just want to work for you, there is nothing else. That's right, we just want to work for the great master, and we have absolutely no intention of robbing him. In order to enter the crack, the three borrowed a lot of money and finally saved up enough money for the tickets. They wanted to come in and make some money. However, the monsters in the crack were too perverted. There were groups of low-level ones, and they could not defeat the high-level ones. If they just go out with nothing, and they still don't have the money back, those loan sharks won't scratch their skin and cramp them. Oh, Lin Jun looked at the three of them. They all look silly, and they don't look like evil people. Lin Jun touched his chin and thought for a while. Okay, if you can honestly collect crystal nuclei for me, it's not impossible for you to ask me. By the way, please introduce yourselves. My name is Lu Hai. I am Guan Zongbao. Hey, my name is Zhang Deshuai, and the name of our school team is Lu Guanzhong. After hearing the names of the three people, they looked at their appearance. Lin Jun finally couldn't hold back his laughter, and then he laughed louder and louder. Ha ha, Lu Guanzhong, ha ha, I was laughing so hard. Fortunately, there are no three kingdoms in this world, otherwise the three of them would definitely know what Mr. Lin is laughing at. Faced with Jun Lin's hearty laughter, the three of them could only scratch their heads and giggle. This is a great god. Hold it on your thighs, it's hard not to let go. After a while, Mr. Lin stopped laughing. Aha, okay, I, Lu Xiaoluo, now officially ask you three to work for me. By the way, I don't have any other requirements. You just need to give me the crystal nuclei with attributes. The other crystal nuclei without attributes will be regarded as your wages. When the three people heard this, their eyes suddenly lit up. Sure enough, the boss's thighs are fragrant. Then, as if he was afraid that Mr. Lin would regret it, he immediately took out his knife and ran to start work. Lin Jun nodded with satisfaction for this kind of employee. He is definitely not an unscrupulous capitalist. But with their help, I have nothing to do. It suddenly occurred to me that these three people might know the location of the nearby strange beasts. He quickly called to the one who was closer, Hey, is that Zhang Deshuai? Hearing this, the latter walked over in a hurry. Hey, what's your order, boss? Do you know the location of the nearby alien beasts? It's best to live in groups. No, if they are high level, a single one will do. Zhang Deshuai immediately became energetic and said that it was impossible for this great god to kill only this small number of strange beasts. Hee, master, you ask the right person. Although we can't defeat the alien beasts here, we have also walked into the territories of several alien beasts when we ran away randomly. If we weren't lucky, we would have become the alien beasts' territory long ago. Sashimi. Zhang Deshuai opened his mouth and kept talking. Lin Jun immediately interrupted impatiently, Stop. Point out the direction to me and point out the nearby ones. When you finish collecting these, just follow. Yeah, go east and you'll find a swamp forest. There are a group of level 4 cat monsters there. Lin Jun took out a pen and paper, drew a few lines one by one, and handed it to Zhang Deshuai, asking the three of him to collect it all the way. The latter responded repeatedly, unable to hide the smile on his face. There was no way, if the master really followed the route and killed them, it would be difficult for them to even think about it. After seeing off Jun Lin, the three of them worked hard to collect crystal cores, humming a tune while digging for crystal cores. Not long after, gunshots were heard from the east. Half an hour later, the gunfire slowly stopped. Jun Lin didn't expect that only a few dozen cat demons would be so difficult to deal with. The main reason is that the cat demon is agile and unlike the dead tree spirit, which likes to climb in a row, it took so long. But the experience is good, each one has 12,000 experience, and these dozens of them are more than 500,000. It seems that 8 million experience is not difficult to save. Lin Jun continued to walk deeper according to the route. One day passed. What Mr. Lin didn't know was that a premeditated kidnapping was targeting the 3 members of the Liu family. On this day, Uncle Mo's family of 3 finished their meal in the store and then closed the door and went home. But it was already 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. Although it was not far from home, it still had to pass through a dark alley. Just as the 3 of them were walking through the alley as usual, several black figures suddenly appeared. Before Uncle Mo and Aunt May could react, they rolled their eyes and fainted. Lu Xiaoluo stared blankly at her parents who fell to the ground, scratching her head in confusion. Hey, why is there nothing wrong with this kid? Looking at this little girl, looking at them with a cute look on her face, a dark figure expressed confusion. Hearing Hai Ying's words, Lu Xiaoluo felt very interesting. She immediately stuck out her tongue, rolled her eyes, and hit Aunt May hard, pretending to faint. When it comes to playing house, Lu Xiaoluo, am a professional. Ziba, it turns out that the illusion was delayed. Okay, take it away quickly. As for Lu Xiaoluo, she just pretended, and then, fell asleep. When he woke up again, he was already in a dilapidated and dark factory building. Well, Mom, I'm hungry. Lu Xiaoluo rubbed her sleepy eyes. Xiaoluo, are you okay? Aunt May asked with concern. Only then did Lu Xiaoluo notice that her parents had their hands and feet tied. Mom, Dad, what's wrong with you? Lu Xiaoluo opened her eyes drowsily, then rubbed her eyes, only to find herself in a dilapidated and dim factory building. Lu's father and mother looked at Lu Xiaoluo with concern. Xiaoluo, we met a bad guy, and he's a human trafficker. Uncle Mo first gave Lu Xiaoluo a vaccination. However, as soon as Lu Xiaoluo heard about the human trafficker, she immediately thought of what Lin Jun said. He immediately opened his mouth and burst into tears. Wow! I don't want to wash my hair 10 times a day, and I don't want to eat only 1 biscuit a day. Uncle Mo and Aunt May were dumbfounded for a moment. Originally, she wanted Lu Xiaoluo to untie them so that the men in black could sneak away without them noticing. This time it was better, and it immediately alerted the 5 men in black. Axaba, Lao Wu went to tie up the child and gagged his mouth. The crying was so noisy. Yes, although this place is relatively remote, it would not be good if someone discovered it. A man in black put down the beer in his hand, pulled out a rope, and swayed over. Xiaoluo, please stop crying. The bad guys are coming, and you don't want to be forced to wash your hair by them, right? Uncle Mo was anxious and could only follow what Xiaoluo was most afraid of. Sure enough, after saying this, Lu Xiaoluo immediately stopped. Seeing a man in black approaching, he quickly stood up and put his hands on his hips, looking like he was preaching. HMPH, bad guy, I'm going to beat you to death. The man in black felt that he had been insulted, and his expression suddenly became fierce. Axaba, I hate naughty little brats like you the most. Xiaoluo, stop talking and hit him quickly. Looking at his stupid child, who was still dumbfounded and didn't know how to strike first, Uncle Mo felt extremely anxious. Aha! Lu Xiaoluo immediately took out her treasure. Then he started to wiggle his little butt. Pippi, come out quickly. Boom! A formation aperture lit up, a puff of green smoke exploded, and Pippi was summoned. Pippi, go help me fight the bad guys. Grr! After hearing Lu Xiaoluo's instructions, Pippi immediately looked at the man in black fiercely. 2 black men and 5 men. She was shocked by Lu Xiaoluo's ability to summon strange beasts. Oh Oppa, this is a genius. The 4 people over there also looked like they had seen a ghost, staring at Pippi blankly. But Pippi would not give them time to be shocked. Grr! Pippi swung his body, and the ice horn on his head turned into a snow bomb, which quickly hit Lao Wu in black. Puff! Hit right in the thigh. Lao Wu looked stupidly at the skin that had grown an ice horn again, and then at his bleeding thigh. After the pain came, he realized what he was doing and immediately cried out in pain. Ah, Asiba, I'm going to kill you. That's it, my dear, keep hitting them. Uncle Mo shouted excitedly. As expected, it was up to Xiaoluo to fight. The baby's pain was not in vain. After receiving praise from her father, Lu Xiaoluo happily continued to wave her staff. Biu-biu, Dwang. A snowman quickly bounced towards Lao Wu in black, and Pippi fired snow bombs at the same time. Puff, boom, they both hit the black man, Lao Wu, who was instantly blown away and then fell to the ground, motionless. He probably passed out. Ziba, Lao Wu, Opa, the four finally came to their senses. He rushed over quickly, preparing to attack Lu Xiaoluo. Wow, when Lu Xiaoluo saw the four adults rushing towards them, she was so frightened that she immediately ran behind Uncle Mo and Aunt May. After all, she is still a child. Call out. Just then Pippi attacked again. Ding! The leading man in black pulled out a long knife and chopped off the snow bullet. Although Pippi's current strength has been improved after the staff was strengthened to 13, it is still equivalent to the strength of high-level E. Phew, this time Pippi fired 4 or 5 snow bombs in a row. This should be after strengthening to 13, and its skills have also been strengthened. Ding ding ding. The 4 men in black chopped off the snow bomb together, then gave up attacking Lu Xiaoluo and attacked Pippi directly. They are not stupid. The summoner's strongest thing is his summoned beast, and that child, at first glance, is not much stronger. Xiaoluo, help your Pippi quickly, or it will be killed. Yes, Xiaoluo, hit them with your biu-biu. The couple are ordinary people and don't understand people with superpowers at all, so they feel that Lu Xiaoluo can definitely defeat those bad guys. Whoa, these bad guys are so vicious, I'm afraid. Don't be afraid. If you defeat them, Dad will sell you 2 cakes. When she mentioned the cake, Lu Xiaoluo's eyes suddenly lit up, and she seemed to be no longer afraid. Then he ran out and drove the snowman towards the 4 people who were beating Pippi over there. Biu-biu. Boom. No one was hit this time, but was directly blocked by a man in black. Lu Xiaoluo suddenly became anxious and kept waving the staff. Biu-biu. Biu-biu. Bang bang. The result was still the same, everything was blocked. The man in black robe walked over step by step with a ferocious smile on his face. Xiaoluo pursed her lips, tears streaming down her face, but her hands kept releasing the little snowman. Gia Gia, you kid is really annoying. Bang. On the other side, Pippi has been beaten. Lu Xiaoluo was even more scared. Biu-biu. I released the last one, no matter how it missed, I immediately turned around and wanted to run back to my parents. As a result, he turned around and bumped into an ice blue figure. Ouch! He rubbed his forehead and was about to get up again when he saw a pair of glass slippers coming in front of him. Before Lu Xiaoluo could react, she felt her little body lift off the ground. Lu Xiaoluo thought she had been caught by a bad guy in black and was so frightened that she immediately cried. Whoa whoa, don't catch me, bad guys, whoa whoa. But when she saw a familiar charming face, Lu Xiaoluo immediately stopped crying and blinked her big eyes. At this moment, Uncle Mo and Aunt May looked at this sudden figure stupidly. The men in black were extremely frightened when they looked at this ice blue figure. Because they saw this woman coming out of the aperture of the formation. Doesn't that mean, this is also summoned? Wearing a crown inlaid with several gems, long ice blue hair, casually draped on the back, a blue and white eye patch on the face, and a red lip under the delicate nose. The snow-white neck, the hot collarbone, and the warm and jade-like skin all set off the charm of this woman. The concave and convex figure, under the ice blue dress, outlines a perfect arc. The whole person gives people the feeling of being noble, sacred, and cold and arrogant. Wow, Sister Dabagoo, there are bad guys trying to catch me. Lu Xiaoluo immediately broke away from the Frost Queen and threw herself directly into the middle of the tower, which was bigger than her head. She kept diving into the deep ravine with her little face, as if she thought that the deeper she went, the safer she would be. But the moment Lu Xiaoluo called her Sister Dabagoo, her cold and charming face, which had no expression at all, suddenly twitched. The fists in his sleeves clenched loudly. However, she is just a phantom. Although she inherits 50% of the original owner's strength and memory, she cannot take action against the caster. Just like now, this little kid's tears and nose were flowing into her gully, but she could do nothing but grit her teeth. But the suppressed anger also needed to be vented, so he had to turn his attention to the 4 men in black. The moment they came into contact with the Frost Queen's eyes, all 4 of them felt an icy chill. One of the men in black said with a trembling voice, "Boss, boss. What should we do now?" The boss in black was trembling as well and replied, "Well, what else can I do? Run away." As soon as the words fell, several people scattered and ran away. These men in black were originally around sea level in strength, but this woman looked like she was someone who was not easy to mess with at first glance. If she didn't run away, why would she be waiting? But the Frost Queen just stretched out her delicate little hand and gave a crisp royal voice, giving a soft drink. Frost storm. Call. In the entire dilapidated factory building, the temperature dropped sharply, and a few gusts of cold wind blew towards the four people. Just the moment the cold wind hit them, the four of them immediately turned into ice sculptures, keeping running postures with fearful expressions on their faces. Even the man in black lying on the ground was not spared. The Frost Queen moved forward. The 5 ice sculptures shattered instantly and turned into star points. It could be said that not even the slag was left behind. It's so cold. Lu Xiaoluo, who was holding the headlight in her arms, shrank her neck, her teeth chattering from the cold, and she buried her face in the ravine. There was no way to compare with the temperature outside. Sister Dabagu's cold body was considered it's getting warmer. Feeling another liquid flowing into her slit, the Frost Queen felt extremely disgusted. She reached out and pushed Lu Xiaoluo's head, then picked up her collar and put her down. But as soon as she put it down, Lu Xiaoluo immediately crawled under her skirt like a mouse. The Frost Queen's face twitched again, but she couldn't do anything about this stinky girl. She just prayed that time would pass faster. She had never felt that 3 minutes was so sad. Little Luo, let this sister help us loosen the rope. Uncle Mo was not in the mood to admire the Frost Queen's peerless appearance. At this moment, he and his wife were next to each other, their heads and faces covered with frost, and they were shivering from the cold. Hearing this, Lu Xiaoluo revealed a small head from under her skirt, raised her head, and looked at the Frost Queen blankly. The latter said nothing, raised his hand and shot 2 ice picks. Whizzing. As soon as the rope was untied, the two stood up, supported each other, and ran out immediately. A few minutes later, outside the factory building. The Frost Queen has long since disappeared. A family of 3 built a fire and were hugging each other to keep warm. Husband, why do you think these people want to arrest us? Aunt May had a look of fear on her face, and she hugged Lu Xiaoluo tightly. When she saw the ice woman, she disappeared in the same way as Pippi. The couple could more or less guess what was happening. Maybe it's because of Xiaojun's weapons shop. Uncle Mo sighed softly, then stood up and said, let's go back. But this is the eastern suburbs. If we walk back, it will take at least 2 or 3 hours. Aunt May said with a bitter face. Mom, don't be afraid, I can fly. Ha, you stupid kid, you should fly one and show it to your mother. Aunt May thought Xiaoluo was talking about family affairs. Who knows, the next moment, Xiaoluo shakes the staff. Bang! After a puff of green smoke, an ice blue broom stood firmly in the air. Quote. In the cracks of black mist. At this moment, Lin Jun didn't know what happened at home. He was sitting leisurely under a giant tree, holding a golden roasted pheasant in his hand, with a very happy face. Lu, Guan, and Zhang were working hard to dig out the crystal core. After a while, after collecting the last crystal core, the 3 of them came to Lin Jun. Master Lu, we have obtained a total of 20 level 5 wood attribute crystal cores here. Count them. That's not necessary. Can I trust you? Lin Jun sat up and took the crystal core, without counting it, directly put it into his backpack. Now his experience has soared to more than 7.5 million. As long as he finds another nest of strange beasts, Mr. Lin will be the one with 3 epic weapons. Do you know the location of other strange beasts? Hearing this, the 3 of them looked surprised. Will this master continue to brush? Or is it that this great god wants to give this crack a star? Hey, that's all we know. The other 2 people also nodded. Lin Jun was a little disappointed when he got such an answer. It seems that I have to find it myself next. At this time, Zhang Deshuai suddenly slapped his head and said, Hey, by the way, I heard someone said that there is a 6th level beast king in the center of this forest. I don't know if it is true or not. Hey, I think I've heard of it too. That's why this crack is defined as a 3-star. As soon as he heard about the 6th level beast king, Mr. Lin immediately became energetic. Approximately in that direction. It's just in the north, it seems a little far away from us. Okay. After getting the exact location, Lin Jun stopped staying. But he didn't want to take these 3 people there again. After all, they were level 6 beasts, and he might not be able to handle them. It just so happened that the exit was also in the north, so Mr. Lin summoned a bunch of stalkers and sent them on a ride. The entrance to the crack. Master, if you have a chance to come to Lingzhou, please remember to call us. Okay, see you later. With that said, Mr. Lin walked towards the center. The three of them watched Zhang Lin leave with admiration on their faces, and only looked away after knowing that they couldn't see him. Hey, old Liu, how many colorless crystal nuclei did we get this time? Hee 800 for level 3, 600 for level 4, and more than 100 for level 5. Are you rich? Haha, let's go back to school and see who dares to say that we are a trio of losers. Long live the great god. On the other side, Mr. Lin was searching for traces of the strange beasts in the air while heading towards the central area. He won't be stupid enough to challenge the 6th level Beast King before he reaches B level. The last time I was able to kill the Bull Demon King, I had a relatively high luck factor, and the Bull Demon King was also a bit stupid. If not, the lava cannon would have wiped them out. After searching in the air for a while, he did find several groups of strange beasts, but there were already teams hunting them. He was not willing to do such things as snatching monsters. We had no choice but to continue deeper, until we flew into a forest of giant rocks and found a team being chased away by a group of strange beasts. Only then did Lin Jun stop. Sawtooth. Grade. Crack. Level 5. Attribute. Earth. Attack power. 1700. Defense. 500. Life. 3500. Skills. Tearing claws. Earth thrust. The 5th level saw-toothed beast looks like a human wolf when standing and a wolf when running. The strange thing is that it has a row of bone swords on its back. You can tell at a glance that it is a ferocious alien beast. And there are more than 100 of them. If I can wipe them all out, I will definitely be promoted to level B. Kill. With a scream, Lin Jun came to his senses immediately. Seen from the sky, this team has been overtaken by a group of alien beasts and surrounded. However, according to visual inspection, their strength is estimated to be above B level, and they are definitely elite level superpowers. I just don't know if the spiritual energy is overdrawn, and I only use small skills. If I take action now, it shouldn't be considered as grabbing monsters, right? Then Lin Jun didn't think too much, controlled the stalker to descend, came to the head of the group of alien beasts, and slammed the high explosive grenade directly down. Boom boom. Several strange beasts were instantly exploded, and the people below were immediately stunned by the explosion. Then he looked up at the same time. This is... What did they see? A man sat in a basket and kept throwing things that looked like grenades down. What kind of weird power is this? Don't get distracted and keep fighting. A man carrying a person on his back quickly came to his senses and shouted immediately. Yes, it's Captain. Several people responded at the same time and continued to use their skills on the stunned sawtooth beasts. Seeing many strange beasts with residual blood being replaced by the men and women below, Mr. Lin had the urge to vomit blood. Hey, find a place to hide quickly to avoid accidental explosion. Hearing this, several people looked up to the sky at the same time, with emotions in their eyes. What a good man. The man carrying someone on his back saluted Mr. Lin in the sky. Okay, brother, you are so righteous. I will thank you later when you are out of trouble. After saying that, he took the rest of the people without any delay and immediately ran to hide behind a boulder. I really want to thank you. After 7 or 8 of them were killed by these people, Mr. Lin was almost heartbroken. Forget it, calm down, there are still a lot of them down there, I guess they can still be promoted to level B. Mechanical combat. Buzz. Just when he sent Lu Guanzhong off, Lin Jun summoned 20 stalkers. Under Lin Jun's instructions, they immediately pounced on the group of strange beasts below. In addition, Lin Jun kept throwing high explosive grenades. In the group of alien beasts, explosions continued, and soon it became a sea of fire. The few people hiding behind a huge rock were extremely surprised when they saw this scene. One of the men even exclaimed, "Holy crap! When will thermal weapons be able to injure alien beasts, and they are also level 5 crack alien beasts?" The other man looked solemn. "No. This is not a thermal weapon. Not Riwu. Those are obviously grenades and drones." Snapped. "You idiot, didn't you feel that it was all a spiritual explosion?" The man looked like he hated iron and gave him a big butt bag. Captain, are you saying that the person in the sky is a person with special powers? The female team member said in surprise. I guess this person's superpower is from the same superpower system as that person. A few people didn't make a sound, they just watched John Lin in the sky, bombarding the group of strange beasts indiscriminately. The alien beasts, on the other hand, had no means of fighting back except running around. There is nothing the alien beasts can do. None of its innate skills or long-range attack skills. Apart from running away, they just endure the bombardment silently. While Lin Jun was enjoying the joy of soaring experience, he was also amused by his vulgar style of play. With a buzzing sound, 8 stalkers dragged Mr. Lin flying around in the sky, chasing a group of saw-toothed beasts into the sky and nowhere. Sure enough, ammunition diplomacy is the truth. Next time, if I want to be able to get a job transfer certificate from a gunner, I have to switch to an ammunition division or a gunnery division anyway. Ouch! As a saw-toothed beast screamed and fell to the ground, Lin Jun received the long-awaited upgrade prompt in his mind. Ding! Kill the 5th level crack beast, gain experience. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully upgrading. The current level is B-level elementary. Ding! Get learnable skills. Ding! Hey, upgraded. Without saying a word, Lin Jun directly equipped the epic hand cannon. The pistol in his hand suddenly turned into a small red cannon. His hand was put in the small cannon. At first glance, he thought it was growing on his hand. It's inside. After equipping the hand cannon, the attack power of the panel increases a lot. And the moment he equipped it, the hand cannon began to charge automatically. Drop. Lin Jun knew that this was a warning sound that the charge was complete. Lin Jun pointed his hand cannon at several strange beasts that were running away. Pull the trigger inside. Chirp. A palm-sized Lingyuan bullet was fired out, forming an oval shape, and a long tail flame was pulled out from behind, like a qigong bomb in a dragon ball, hitting the back of the escaping sawtooth beast. Boom! There was a huge explosion, and several sawtooth beasts were instantly annihilated by the sea of fire. 3 prompts sounded in Lin Jun's mind. Lin Jun himself was shocked by the power of this shot. It's really abnormal, and its power is truly incredible. The few people hiding behind the rocks were also stunned by this shell. Well, I'm so noisy to my baby. A childish voice suddenly came from behind the man. This ancestor finally woke up and was almost tricked to death by her. Several people suddenly breathed a sigh of relief, as if they felt a great sense of security. The man immediately put down the small body on his back. Baby dragon, you finally woke up. Unexpectedly, this little Lolita, who was less than 1.2 meters tall, just got off the man's back, put her hands on her hips angrily, and said fiercely, "Humph. You guys actually dared to disturb my sleep, believe me or not. Beat you to death." The 3 people immediately cried and said, "Little ancestor, we are really not to blame for this. Think about it for yourself, what did you do before you fell asleep?" The 3 of them secretly cursed in their hearts. If you hadn't stabbed the alien beast's den and then fell asleep when you said you were asleep, would we be in such a mess? I don't listen. It's your fault. Only then did the little loli notice John Lin in the air. A pair of eyes observed curiously for a while, and then revealed a hint of cunning. He raised his short hand and extended a finger. The 3 of them were shocked when they saw this scene. Hey, don't. Boom. A fire bomb was shot out from the little loli's tiny fingers. Lin Jun flew directly into the air. But the target is not Mr. Lin in the basket, but the stalker dragging the basket. Boom boom. One stalker was hit and exploded, setting off a chain reaction that caused the rest to explode as well. The basket lost its pursuer and fell down. Lin Jun was confused for this sudden scene. Nah, you actually repay kindness with hatred and don't follow martial ethics, Boom. Seeing the tragic situation of Jun Lin hitting the ground, the little loli immediately burst into laughter. Grr. Xinjin couldn't be injured at this height, but Lin Jun was particularly angry at the moment. As soon as he got up, he saw the laughing little loli, and behind her, 2 men and 1 woman, 3 people with guilty looks on their faces. Needless to say, the culprit is this half-grown little girl. Did you do it? The little loli curled her lips. Humph. It's me, what can you do? I wipe it. Apart from Xiaoluo, This is the first time I have seen such a child who deserves to be beaten. Isn't it because he hasn't been severely beaten by society yet? Baby dragon, apologize quickly. If this little brother hadn't saved us just now, we would have been torn apart by these strange beasts. I don't want it. Do you think that because you are the captain, I have to listen to you? You. At this time, Lin Jun walked step by step to be 2 meters away from the little loli. Little girl, you are so crazy. HMPH. I'm crazy. What, do you want to fight? Yes, it's you who's going to be beaten today. Look at the beating. Ah, if you dare to hit me, I will beat you to death. 10 minutes later, this little girl named Long Bao Bao was tied up like a rice dumpling and hung in the air by 2 stalkers. And at this moment, her face was bruised and swollen, and her mouth was blocked by a piece of rag, but her eyes were still staring at Jun Lin, whining. But the amazing thing is that this girl's injuries are slowly recovering without taking drugs. The other 3 people all looked like they had seen a ghost. This seemingly young man actually beat up the baby dragon and even tied it up. This is simply terrifying. Brother, baby dragon is spoiled. Please don't get along with her. Mr. Lin was sitting on a rock. His face was black and swollen, and he was seriously injured. He never expected that this little girl could be so strong and her powers were so violent. Just look at the potholes over there and you'll see how perverted this girl is. Are you really from the National Department? Lin Jun asked curiously. This is also the reason why Lin Jun stopped, otherwise he would not let this dead girl go so easily. Yes, as for the department, we are not in a position to disclose it. Our mission this time is to explore the true level of the strange beast king in the central area. Just the 3 of you. Lin Jun looked suspicious. The strength of these 3 people is estimated to be about B level. Even the elites of B level will have a hard time dealing with the 5th level alien beast king, right? Hehe, it's true that we can't, but S-class baby dragons can. The leading man pointed at the baby dragon tied up like a caterpillar over there. Well, Jun Lin glanced at the little Lolita and felt a palpitation in his heart. After being promoted to level B, not only will all his attributes be increased by 250 points, but his free attributes will also be increased by 250 points. But this can only prevent him from being unable to fight back under this girl. A little pervert who can withstand a hand cannon attack without doing anything wrong. In addition to having high attack power and strong defense, he was still a kid and didn't have a very bright mind, and the stalker's rope was strong enough. He has the advantage of speed, otherwise, it would be good if he didn't get killed by her. Lin Jun is sure that if the attack power of S-level Li Wenhao is 7,000, then the attack power of this little loli is definitely more than 15,000. I don't know what kind of monster this girl is, a proper humanoid self-propelled cannon. Seeing that the little loli was still glaring at him, Lin Jun eagerly clicked on the list of learnable skills. 2 professions have 2 skills. Air support, summon a group of bombers to carry out all-round bombing coverage within a 2-kilometer radius of the target, which can cause basic skill attack damage plus 500% skill damage. Consumption of spiritual energy. 1000, consumes 1 colorless crystal core of level 5 or above. Cooling time, 1 hour. Phantom sword dance, continuously slash out countless sword energy. Each sword energy pair can cause attack power plus 100% attack power damage to the target. Consumption of spiritual energy. 1000, consumes 1 colorless crystal core of level 5 or above. Cooling time, 1 hour. Good guy, with these 2 skills, I have the capital to gain a foothold. Of course, the premise is that he is not attacked by anyone above S level. There are now 3 epic weapons. Although there are also 3 special enhancement scrolls, Lin Jun finally strengthened Meteor Fall to 11 first. Meteor Fall plus 1-1. Category: Knife. Grade: Epic. Level: Level 5. Attack power: 1500. Strengthen plus 1-1, 3000. Skill attack power: 1500. Strengthen plus 1-1, 3000. Strength plus 50. Intelligence plus 50. Fire attribute. Additional skills: Starfall, Lava Purgatory. Introduction. God sends fire from heaven to burn out all evil. After equipping it, the panel's attack power directly increased from about 3000 to 6850. This was due to Lin Jun's inferior talent. Now if you add the bonus of skills, you can do 10,000 to 20,000 damage. Speaking of low-level talents, it would be good to have more than 1,000 when you upgrade to the B-level elementary level. But now Lin Jun's B-level elementary level, the panel attack is more than 2,000. With the bonus of weapons, he has firmly entered the A level. The attack power only has the above. Now Mr. Lin's attributes have been improved in all aspects, and his spiritual energy has reached more than 8,000, which is basically enough. Sweat. If you have just acquired the equipment, you may be able to fight that little pervert head-on with hard steel. Little brother, my name is number 11. Then he pointed to the male and female teammates on the side and introduced, these are 12 and 13. I don't know how to call the brothers. 11 2 3. What a strange name. Haha. Organizational regulations prohibit names from being revealed at will, so we usually use code names. Lin Jun smiled casually at them without any entanglement. Okay, are you going to the forest center next? Number 11 looked at the baby dragon tied into a caterpillar, and the meaning was self-evident. Ahem, you have also seen that she is very hostile to me, so I won't let her go for the time being. Then he considered it and continued, how about this? I will go with you. It just so happens that I also want to see this Beast King. In fact, Mr. Lin is greedy for the body of the alien Beast King. No one can have too many epic weapons, but the premise is that the level of the alien Beast King must be below level 6. After all, he has never encountered a level 7, and he has no idea. Number 11 had a hesitant look on his face. This mission is more than just detecting the king of alien beasts. Seeing this, Jun Lin thought that they were afraid that their motives were impure, so he had to take out his ID. Aha, seriously, I am also a member of the Dragon Kingdom system, which means we are one of our own. In order to have someone to lead the way, Lin Jun had to use his identity as a border soldier. Otherwise, he would wander around blindly on his own and never know when he would find him. Oh, 11 took Lin Jun's ID in surprise. Frontline Military Region, 9th 5-Year Brigade 9527. Lin Jun. After confirming that the certificate was authentic, number 11 couldn't believe it. He didn't expect that there would be such a pervert in the frontline military region. It seems that after returning, the chief can try to dig out. After all, it is indeed a waste to only use this kind of perversion to deal with those disgusting monsters. It turns out that brother Lin Jun is from the 95th Brigade, so there will be no problem. 11 returned Mr. Lin's ID to him and continued, haha. Let's set off now. As for the baby dragon, they ignored it. This girl has no power at all except for her strength, military rank, and salary. Now that Lin Jun is restraining him, he may be less surprised by the following tasks. Anyway, he has Lin Jun as a master. The three of them on the 11th led the way, followed by Mr. Lin, while the baby dragon was hung in the air by the stalker and followed closely. Perhaps after seeing that her struggle was useless, the girl quickly fell asleep again with her head hanging down. What a perverted monster. Oddly enough, they are all familiar with the three of them, but they have always kept silent about the identity of the baby dragon. Along the way, we also encountered many strange beasts, but they were all easily dealt with by Lin Jun using his pistol, one by one. He was so cruel. Soon, the group arrived at the center of the forest. At this moment, they were standing on a towering tree, looking towards the pile of huge rocks in front of them. The location reported by the exploration team was in a cave in front. 11 looked at Lin Jun and said. Lin Jun said, and then looked at the three of them, so you just want to confirm the level of the alien beast. The three of them suddenly fell silent. Number 11 struggled for a while and stared into Lin Jun's eyes, okay. Actually, we are here to hunt down a researcher who escaped. Seeing that Jun Lin just wrinkled his forehead slightly and said nothing. Number 11 continued. This scientific researcher stole a medicine from the organization. As long as this medicine is injected into the alien beast, it can also increase the alien beast by 1 or 2 levels. Why is the organization studying this thing if it has nothing to do? Lin Jun was confused. This kind of medicine is obviously good for alien beasts. As a human being, doesn't this increase the strength of alien beasts? No, The potion itself was researched for summoning alien beasts, but this researcher actually went behind the organization's back to research a virus that can control alien beasts. Lin Jun was speechless. It is not good. Control alien beasts to fight alien beasts, and you won't feel bad if you die. Perhaps he could see what Lin Jun was thinking. 11 continued to explain. He controlled several beast kings and attacked the scientific research base. Although the level was not very high, the base also suffered huge losses. Because of this, the superiors dispatched dragons. Ahem. Anyway, you just know that this researcher is not a good person. Depend on. That's it again. What the hell is this girl, Baby Dragon? But every time when Baby Dragon is mentioned, the three of them shut up or change the subject. Now, this dead girl has no bruises on her face. She is really a monster. Okay, I'll get the alien beast king out. He raised his hand and snapped his fingers. 3 suicide drones were summoned, and then rushed straight into the huge cave in front. The 3 of them were already used to it. Boom boom boom. 3 explosions sounded in the cave, and a wave of air carrying smoke and dust erupted from the cave. However, there was no movement at all after that. Lin Jun was confused. Could it be that this strange beast king went out to look for food? But does the king of alien beasts need to find food by himself? After waiting for a few more minutes, there was still no movement. After a few people looked at each other, they jumped to the ground together, and then went to the cave. In the cave, several people walked all the way to the bottom without seeing even a single hair of the alien animal. After searching for a while, I found nothing special. Captain, there's something going on here. The female team member named 13 suddenly exclaimed. Everyone hurriedly walked over and saw 13 pushing away a stone, and there seemed to be a room inside. A few people went in and took a look and found that there were many bottles and jars inside, which were all scientific research utensils. Looking at the traces, it looks like he left for almost 2 hours. Number 11 said with certainty from the traces. Isn't this 11th day a dog? Can you tell? 2 hours. By the way, what does this strange beast king look like? Lin Jun suddenly asked. Oh, according to the intelligence, it should be similar to the alien beast that is chasing us. After hearing this, Lin Jun suddenly said the quintessence of Chinese culture. What's wrong? Lin Jun's words shocked the 3 of them. You said those saw-toothed beasts are not sentinels, right? Hiss. You mean? Lin Jun thought for a while and said, think about how long it has been since you were chased by the strange beast. If the group of strange beasts are sentinels, that is to say, the scientist has received the information you were looking for, which would explain why the place is already deserted. Hiss, that seems to be the case. 11 was a little annoyed for a while. It seems that the task is a bit difficult to complete. Seeing that the 3 of them were blaming themselves, Lin Jun had no choice but to say what he wanted to say. Don't be discouraged yet, you should think carefully, where will they go next? How do we know? The world is so big. Haha, how big is this world? This is a crack, how big can it be? 11 was suddenly stunned, and he still didn't understand. I'll go. I see you're upset. Think about it for yourself. Now that he's about to run away like a frightened bird when he sees your small team, is he still waiting in the crack for the big troops to come and strangle him? Quote. In other words, it is possible that he will leave the rift. Right. Oops. The Black Mist Crack stronghold is in danger. ... At this moment, the time outside is afternoon. The square in front of the crack was extremely lively. This stronghold itself is located in the heart of the Black Mist Swamp woodland. Moreover, it is between the Demon City and Lingzhou, so merchants and mercenary groups from both places will come here to trade or sell material crystal cores. Therefore, it gradually became a small town. The crack suddenly flickered. The soldiers on guard noticed something unusual and were about to step forward to investigate when suddenly a huge figure walked out of the crack. When the soldiers saw this huge figure, they were stunned. There was doubt in his eyes at first, then disbelief, and then fear. With a trembling hand, he picked up the whistle and blew it hard. Beep. But before blowing a few times, the giant beast slapped it with its sharp claws. The soldiers instantly became meat sauce. But his whistles were heard. Yes, it's the Beast King. Everyone, run. The Beast King broke through the crack and came out, run. Ah, help, it's the high-level Beast King. At this time, above the alien Beast King, a middle-aged man wearing single-frame glasses sat on a seat above. Destroy the communication tower first. Ouch. The Beast King just pressed his front paw on the ground, and a huge thrust from the earth directly thrust out a tall tower until it disappeared. Kill as much as you like. The Beast King seemed to understand what he said. The Beast King roared angrily, and countless saw-toothed beasts continued to pour out of the cracks behind him. The Beast King was quickly surrounded by people. The Beast King arched his back, with countless bone swords stuck on his back like a hedgehog. As the spiritual energy fluctuated, countless bone swords flew out at the next moment, directly covering the square area. Whoosh, whoosh, ah, help, ah. The sound of bone swords entering flesh kept ringing. In just a moment, the small square turned into a purgatory, with not a single person standing. Okay, go on, destroy this town for me. Ouch. After receiving the order from the Beast King, countless saw-toothed beasts began to flock to the small town. Beasts, seek death. 5 people came from a distance. HMPH, are you a high-level superpower stationed here? The middle-aged man smiled disdainfully. Kill them first. When Lin Jun and his party rushed to the exit, they found several corpses that were not human-like. No, it should be said that they were meat paste, because it was obvious whether they were male or female. It's over. I don't know what method that fool used to take the alien Beast King out, and judging from the traces, there are still a lot of alien beasts running out. 11 was extremely crazy. This time it was a big disaster. Not to mention the Beast Kings of level 6 and above go out, even the Beast Kings of level 5, if no high-level superpowers arrive in time to eliminate them, no one knows how many people will die. Now is not the time to blame yourself, go out and join the fight. Mr. Lin didn't talk nonsense and stepped into the crack first. He didn't want to see another tragic situation like Jinyang City. But after Lin Jun came out, the scene in front of him immediately made his eyes red. Hateful. Boom boom. The explosion in the distance brought Lin Jun back to his senses immediately. Xuan Sheng looked around and saw 2 strong men fighting with a huge alien beast. 2 S classes. Lin Jun could tell at a glance that these 2 strong human beings were S level. Sawtooth Beast King. Grade. King level crack. Level 7 temporary. Attribute. Earth. Attack power. 12,000. Defense. 5,000. Life. 460,000 500,000. Skills. Earth Thrust, Quagmire, Boulder Bullet, Bone Sword Rain, Earth Dragon Roar, Giant Rock Escape. Temporary. It seems that it is indeed improved by medicine. However, except for the blood volume, the rest of these attributes are not very high, and I don't know if it is the result of a temporary improvement. After all, although there is a difference between level 6 and level 7, there is a qualitative change. The crack behind them shone brightly, and the 4 people came out. Their eyes turned red when they saw countless corpses in front of them. The baby dragon was still sleeping soundly, with no intention of waking up. The 3 of them were angry and crazy. Baby dragon, when I get back, I must report to the chief about your dereliction of duty during the mission. In response to him, only the baby dragon began to snore. Why? 11 sighed softly and looked at Mr. Lin. Brother Lin Jun, what should we do now? Mr. Lin has been observing the battle between the 2S class and the Beast King over there. When 11 actually asked, he pondered for a moment. Leave one person to watch over this girl, and then go help kill the strange beasts. And you, all help them. Lin Jun pointed to the battle of the Beast King over there. Yeah, please. With that said, he arranged for 13 to watch the baby dragon, and then rushed to the town with 12. Lin Jun glanced at the baby dragon and asked the stalker to loosen the rope around her body. Then he held Meteor Luo in one hand and Blood Eagle, an automatic pistol in the other, and rushed towards the battlefield on the side of the alien Beast King. At this time, 2S level superpowers, one holding a staff and the other holding a rapier, were fighting together with the alien Beast King, but they were obviously at a disadvantage. Team leader, the signal tower is gone and the distress message cannot be sent to the Alliance. What should we do? Hold on a little longer, otherwise no one will be able to leave the stronghold today. The middle-aged man holding a thin sword left several wounds on the body of the alien Beast King, retreated to his companions, and gritted his teeth. Haha, the people from the Superpower Alliance are only as strong as this. My pets, stop playing around and send them to reunite with their companions. Roar. The king of alien beasts sat up, with his claws slightly open, and the earth energy condensed into several round boulders in his hands. Puff. With a sound, 2 boulders flew quickly towards the 2 of them. Drink. Thunder shield. The man holding the staff struggled to activate the spirit essence, and a giant shield woven from lightning appeared in front. The first boulder hit the thunder shield with a bang, causing a wave of energy. Although it was blocked, the thunder shield also shattered. Due to the force of the shock, the man holding the staff was also shaken to the point of vomiting blood and flew backwards. Lao-do. The middle-aged man holding the sword shouted loudly and swung a golden sword energy with all his strength. Spiritual martial arts. Jinyang sword chi slash. The huge sword energy with a diameter of more than 10 meters quickly struck the second boulder. Boom. There was an explosion and the boulder shattered. The middle-aged man holding the sword immediately knelt down on one knee and used his sword to prop himself up on the ground to prevent himself from falling. The spiritual energy in his body was basically exhausted and he was at the end of his strength. After the alien beast king blocked his 2 boulder bullets, he immediately arched his body and began to finish with another rain of bone swords. Just as it began to gather energy, the sky suddenly flashed with red light, suddenly illuminating the ground into dusk. Everyone couldn't help but look up to the sky. I saw a huge meteorite falling from the sky carrying blazing flames. Is this God punishing myself? The scientist looked in disbelief. Because the landing point of this meteorite is where he and the Beast King are. Then he shouted wildly, "Quick, defend quickly." Roar. The alien Beast King immediately stopped using bone sword rain and switched to giant rock escape. As soon as a layer of huge rocks was condensed to block itself, a meteorite with a diameter of more than 50 meters crashed down. Boom. -18,450. There was a loud noise, and a mushroom cloud slowly rose. There was also a huge damage figure. It's so powerful and only does over 10,000 damage. Isn't it too bloody? Lin Jun complained while putting the meteor down. This is the drawback of the system's gamification of itself. No matter how powerful it is limited by its own upper limit of attack power. If other superpowers could use such a big move, this strange Beast King would lose half of his life. And when he uses it, he can only lose a little bit of his health. A middle-aged man holding a sword feels that with such great power, there should be no scum left in this Beast King. When the fire and smoke dissipated, they saw the strange Beast King staggering to his feet. Then his jaw dropped immediately. How is it possible? Ahem, nothing is impossible. Are you okay? Lin Jun's voice sounded behind him. The middle-aged man holding the sword turned around and saw Lin Jun walking up to him holding a slender tang knife that shone with a faint red light in one hand and a pistol in the other. Here, little brother, was it you who released the meteorite just now? Lin Jun did not deny it and nodded. Then he took out 2 blueberries and handed them over. Eat. Let's get some spiritual energy back. The middle-aged man holding the sword took the 2 blueberries and was a little confused. However, after Lin Jun's eyes indicated, he threw it into his mouth with a strange look. In fact, the amount of spiritual energy restored by blueberry can only be restored to the amount of 1000. It's pretty good for those with powers below sea level, but it's a bit useless for those above B level. Just the Skyfall just now required 1000 spiritual yuan, so Mr. Lin had nothing to regret. As for the other one, Mr. Lin went up and fed him 1 strawberry and 1 blueberry, healed his injuries and then returned to land. The 2 middle-aged uncles felt the changes in themselves. They looked at Jun Lin as if they had seen a ghost. Roar. The alien Beast King's scarlet pupils looked directly at the 3 of them. The scientist on its head was covered in blood and looked extremely miserable. If the king of alien beasts hadn't gathered a large amount of energy around him, he would have almost died under this meteor. This is because Lin Jun's skills have no gamification restrictions on humans, so this power is really possible to defeat a person with abilities below a level in seconds. You guys deserve to die. Bah, you beast, it's okay if you don't kill the alien beasts. If you control the alien beasts to kill your own compatriots, you deserve to die. Lin Jun's heart was filled with anger. He raised his gun and fired a few shots. Bang bang. minus 4,789, minus 4,524. The bullet was blocked by the raised claws of the alien Beast King. But there is also a little less blood. The alien Beast King was in pain and looked at Mr. Lin even more angry. Kill him, the scientist shouted at the alien Beast King. After hearing this, the alien Beast King immediately ran towards this side. Lin Jun didn't waste any time and just grabbed a colorless crystal core. SB Storm. Beep. The storm mecha emerged from the summoning array. Destroy that beast. Mr. Lin will not enter the cockpit, otherwise he will be carried to death by this stupid intelligence and the alien beast. Besides, he doesn't know how to operate a mecha, right? It's better to give it instructions and let it type it by itself. Baofeng. Silly dog, don't you know there is something called an escape cabin? And it's smart. Omega. Mechanical combat. Whizzing. Drones and stalkers are all out. Then Lin Jun held the knife and turned into an afterimage, facing the Beast King who was running towards him. Only two middle-aged uncles were left in the same place, and they were in a mess. This is, what kind of power? But Lin Jun rushed out a distance, and his whole body was wrapped by a dragon head transformed from spiritual energy. Crazy Dragon Ji Ying. The phantom of the energy faucet roared. Roar. Passing directly under the feet of the alien Beast King, he picked up a blood flower and a string of numbers. Puff. Minus 18,111. Before the alien Beast King had time to howl in pain, the phantom of the Lingyuan dragon head turned its head again, jumped into the air and passed directly through its waist. Pull out a long wound. Ouch. The alien Beast King screamed in pain and waved his claws randomly, but he couldn't even touch the edge of the dragon's head. Phew. Da da da. At this time, the storm mecha in the air also began to attack. Two missiles were shot down, along with countless spiritual bullets pouring onto the body of the alien Beast King. Boom boom. Minus 15,031. Minus 16,234. Still the same as Tianyan, Lin Jun's own attack power is limited, so the powerful missile cannot do much damage. It's not as effective as the machine gun output. Boom boom. Drones and stalkers kept calling at the king of alien beasts. At this moment, the alien Beast King's blood bar was rapidly shrinking at a speed visible to the naked eye. This kind of ammunition diplomacy surprised those who noticed the battlefield here. Is this official support coming? Great, we are saved. Hey, the one fighting that strange Beast King couldn't be the principal of Demon University, right? This speed is too strong, record it quickly. The two middle-aged uncles were also stunned at this moment. Lao do you think this little brother is an S-level speed user? Probably not. Is it the wind element? Maybe. It's too perverted. The two looked at each other, and they both saw incredible things in each other's eyes. It turned out that they were extremely fast and very strong. If anyone says in the future that speed is a normal power, I will kill him or not. Now Lin Jun relies on his own speed advantage to dare to fight in close quarters. Otherwise, he would have stayed far away and become the sixth child. The sprinting and wind-controlling steps, coupled with the sprinting speed of the mad dragon Jiang, made the alien Beast King unable to even touch Jun Lin's side. Asshole. The middle-aged scientist felt very powerless at this moment. Seeing that the vitality of the strange Beast King that he had spent a lot of effort to obtain was declining, he felt extremely angry and curious. It stands to reason that apart from some superficial injuries, the king of alien beasts had no actual fatal injuries at all. But as shown on the meter, the vitality of the alien Beast King continues to decline, and is now approaching the critical point. No, I have to go, otherwise I will die here today. The middle-aged scientist pondered for a while, looked eastward involuntarily, and gritted his teeth one last time. Press the red button on the seat. Boom. The seat instantly shot up into the sky, flames spurted out from underneath, and flew towards the east at an extremely fast speed. That guy ran away. When Lin Jun found out, he only saw the tail flame, and it was too late for Baofeng to pursue him. Coupled with the flashing red light in the storm, it should be time. Mr. Lin did not stop and quickly left the Beast King. The storm made a loud sound, and then directly hit the alien Beast King. Boom. Minus 32,901. Only the self-explosion of the storm can cause this damage. But this time, the alien Beast King was also blown to the ground. The blood volume on the health bar was less than 50,000. Lin Jun's eyes were glowing green, thinking about what good things the 7th level Beast King could bring out. While thinking, I suddenly realized that the attributes of the alien Beast King seemed to be declining. This is not good, this is going to return to level 6. Mr. Lin can't help but be anxious. He has been reckless for so long. If he finally returns to level 6, wouldn't it be a big loss? Lin Jun jumped hard and sprinted to an altitude of more than 100 meters above the ground. His body was about the same height as the alien Beast King. Ah, Phantom Sword Dance. Lin Jun held Meteor Luo tightly with both hands and slashed quickly with both hands, so fast that he couldn't even see the shadow of the knife. In an instant, countless golden sword energies were slashed out, and then all poured onto the huge body of the alien Beast King. Puff puff. Minus 8,376. Minus 9,424. ... A series of damage numbers surged out, and the blood volume of the alien Beast King was instantly emptied. Ding. Successfully kill the 7th level Beast King, and gain experience. Ding. The first time you kill the level 7 alien Beast King, you will get additional rewards: Unknown World Ticket X1, Pocket Connects 10. Soul Crystal. What kind of tickets are there? Where is my epic weapon? There is no use for exploding 100 unused soul crystals. Unknown World Ticket. A chance to randomly enter a world after use. A random world. So magical. But thinking that there were already cracks in the other world, Mr. Lin stopped worrying. But I also feel a little unsatisfied. After all, it is a 7th level Beast King, but there is nothing good about it. No, there seems to be a certificate of self-selected job transfer. When I saw another self-selected job transfer certificate in the system backpack, I was immediately ecstatic. This is going to be another profession. Jumping from the air onto the tattered body of the alien Beast King, Lin Jun quickly ran to the head and dug out a gray crystal core. This is level 7, so it's worth a lot of money. At this time, the 2 members of the Supernatural Alliance also jumped up. Haha, congratulations little brother. You have obtained a level 7 Beast King crystal core. Hey, it's okay. Lin Jun waved his hand and immediately put the crystal core into his pocket, as if he was afraid that thieves would miss it. His appearance immediately made the 2 of them so angry that they had toothaches. Ahem, little brother, don't worry, we won't covet your crystal core. What he said was true. Among the many attribute crystal nuclei, the Earth crystal core was relatively inferior. In terms of value, it is not as good as the 6th level Fire and Earth attribute crystal core of the Bull Demon King. This is also the reason why Li Tianxing wants that crystal core. Lin Jun grinned. Aha. It's nothing, little brother. You two, hurry up and kill the alien beasts in the stronghold. Those are all level 5 crack beasts. Lin Jun didn't want to have too much interaction with the 2 of them, so he quickly changed the topic. Yes, let's go quickly, otherwise there will be no living people in the stronghold. The 2 middle-aged men ran away quickly. Lin Jun hid Meteor Luo, then took out his pistol and quickly rushed into the stronghold. The tragic situation at the Black Mist stronghold at this moment is much more terrifying than the monster siege in the Jinyang city of the Chamber of Commerce. No matter how you say it, they are all level 5 fisher beasts, with astonishing destructive power. It can be said that it is difficult to kill those with powers below level B. Bang bang. Lin Jun ran all the way from the street to the end of the street. Whenever he saw a strange beast, he would kill it with one shot. With Jun Lin and the 2S levels joining in, it took just over an hour to clear out more than 1,000 saw-toothed beasts. However, it can be said that 80% of the buildings in the stronghold were destroyed, and more than 3,000 of the 5,000 to 6,000 people died. Alas, the stronghold is finished this time. Yes. The 2S class middle-aged men from the Superpower Alliance couldn't help but sigh when they saw this scene. Then he looked around and found that he didn't see that handsome figure. Where is the other guy? In the small woods outside the stronghold, Lin Jun and the 11 and 4 people met. The baby dragon had already woken up at this time, but now the baby dragon was crestfallen, squatting under the roots of the tree and drawing circles, and was not in the mood to show his teeth to Mr. Lin. Because of this incident, she has an unshirkable responsibility. Brother Lin Jun, there are more of you this time, otherwise this stronghold may have been destroyed. Hey, it's a pity that the man escaped. Number 11 patted Lin Jun on the shoulder. Alas, this was not your mission in the first place. After saying that, he looked at Baby Long's back again. Yeah, by the way, don't reveal my identity this time. After all, I'm still a student. Puff, what, are you still a student? 11 Tucson looked like he had seen a ghost. Yeah, what's the problem with that? What do you mean there's a problem? The problem is huge. You, a student, have such strength. Why didn't you listen to the news reports? Lin Jun grinned and said sheepishly, it's mainly because I like to keep a low profile. All three of them curled their lips. 3 of you, that's it. I'm going home. See you again if we have the chance. 11 wanted to say something more, but in the end he sighed softly, oh. Okay. Lin Jun came to Long Baobao's side. Little girl, my brother is gone. Don't be naughty again in the future, or you will be beaten. HMPH. Baby Long shook his head and didn't want to pay attention to Mr. Lin. Lin Jun could only smile dumbly. Then he summoned the stalker and dragged him towards the magic city, hoping to get home before dark. Half an hour later, when Jun Lin returned to the door, it was just getting dark. As soon as I took out the key and opened the door, I heard a burst of laughter in the house. So lively. Brother, are you fat? Lu Xiaoluo was the first to see Lin Jun. The moment he saw Jun Lin, he jumped towards Jun Lin with his short legs. Hee, I haven't seen you for 2 days, Xiaoluo. You've gained a lot of weight. Lin Jun pinched Lu Xiaoluo's round face. Yeah, Mom and Dad buy me delicious food every day, so I'm fat. Well, when did Uncle Mo and Aunt May become so generous? Aren't they always treating Lu Xiaoluo like an iron cock? He also said that naughty children should be raised poor. Picking up Lu Xiaoluo and walking into the living room, she suddenly found several long legs on the sofa in the living room. They seemed to be Lu Beiling's 2 female classmates. Lu Beiling was walking out of the kitchen carrying a plate of dishes. When he saw Jun Lin, he was surprised and said, hey. Jun Lin, are you back? Yeah, just got back. Then he said hello to the 2 female classmates, welcome you too. Hee, little brother, you are so tired, are you going out hunting too? Hey, I guessed it right, but there's no prize. Lu Beiling put down the dishes and immediately came over and looked at Jun Lin. Why are you holding Xiao Luo when you are so dirty? Go take a shower and get ready to eat. It's okay, Lu Xiaoluo doesn't mind it. Lu Xiaoluo. ... After the meal, Lu Beiling sent away his 2 female classmates, and the family sat in the hall. Uncle Mo also told Jun Lin what happened the night before. But after hearing this, Lin Jun's face was full of solemnity, but he also breathed a sigh of relief. At least the frost goddess had no ill intentions towards Lu Xiaoluo. Okay, I will take care of this matter. You should be careful when you go out in the future and try not to take the trails. Well, Mr. Lin, do you think someone is eyeing the weapons in the store? After all, these weapons are so magical. Lu Beiling was a little worried. This time, the 3 of them went out as a team, and each summoned a pet to deal with ordinary 3rd and 4th level beasts. They felt extremely relaxed. Maybe, but don't worry, I will take care of it. According to what Uncle Mo said, none of these people were fluent in Long Guo. Lin Jun immediately thought of who they were. It seems that the killer last time may have been invited by them. Afterwards, Mr. Lin comforted the family and went back to their rooms. Just as Lin Jun was about to go to sleep, his cell phone rang. I picked it up and saw that it was Lu Santon calling. When Lin Jun thought about it, he might ask Lu Mulan to help investigate. So he pressed the answer button. Hey, Santon, what's the matter with? I'll go and finally get through. If I can't get through, my sister will kill me. Lin Jun was indeed speechless. You are the only member of the Lu family, why are you afraid of her as a woman? You are not a man anymore, can't you be tougher? If it were me, I would have to swell her butt. Oh, whose body are you going to swell? A female voice suddenly came from the phone opposite. ... After a while, Lin Jun hung up the phone. Lin Jun felt a little hot. Ahem, calm down, I won't be embarrassed. After saying that, he started to get up and put on his clothes, took out a big box, put a bunch of +10 lightsabers and pistols in it, and then went out. Not surprisingly, I met Lu bailing at the door again. Seeing that Lin Jun was about to go out, he looked like he was preventing her husband from going out to fool around. After Lin Jun explained clearly, he was willing to let him go. Well, why is this girl at my door? It's not going to be. This time the destination was a nightclub. As soon as Lin Jun got off the car, the uncle named Hu Hansen stepped forward to help drag the box. Little brother, the lady is waiting for you upstairs, but she doesn't look very happy today, so be careful. It's none of my business whether she's happy or not, we're doing business with her. Besides, what I'm selling this time are all level 4 products. This is a big business worth billions. Under the leadership of the uncle, we came to the door of a box. After opening the door and going in, I saw Lu Mulan wearing a purple cheongsam today and sitting on the sofa drinking with a beautiful woman in a black dress. Lu Santin, on the other hand, nodded and bowed, like a eunuch, standing beside him to serve. But the moment he saw Mr. Lin, he suddenly felt relieved, and then Siazi ran over, as if he was seeing his biological father. Brother, I've been waiting day and night, and you're finally here. After saying that, he immediately grabbed Lin Jun and dragged him towards the sofa. 2 eldest sisters, here, my brother is here. He has the face of selling out his brothers. Lin Jun sat down indifferently and looked at the beauty in black dress whom he had never seen before. The beauty in the black dress was not angry because of Lin Jun's rude look. She even smiled sweetly and said with a smile, "Haha. Little brother, you are the little brother Lin Jun, the boss of Junline Pavilion, right?" This smiling look is really a bit coquettish, Lin Jun thought. Yeah, I'm right down there. I wonder what I call my sister. The Tang family in the Magic City, Tang Tang. Tang Tang, so sweet. Lin Jun couldn't help but look at it a few more times. It's cloying and sweet. Hee hee. Seeing that she didn't speak anymore, Lin Jun felt bored and looked at Lu Mulan. Sister Mulan, I have brought the goods you asked for, please confirm. I have to go home and sleep after this. After speaking, Lin Jun yawned, indicating that his eyes were sleepy. After all, I haven't slept for 2 days, so I am really tired. Regarding Lin Jun's attitude, Lu Mulan's expression did not change at all. She just used her eyes to signal her uncle to open it and check it. After confirming the level and strength of the weapon, he readily transferred the money to Mr. Lin. After receiving the money, Mr. Lin got up and said goodbye. Well, by the way, Sister Mulan, please do me a little favor. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.